Cause it's plain in my head, every word that you said, I ain't worked it out yet. So why you wanna act? Was it real or just pretend? There was any sign that our love was in decline, I would've begged you not to go, I would've given even more. My heart is breaking up inside, can't believe our love has died. Guess it's out of my control. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me why do you wanna end? Is he really just your friend? Cause it's plain in my head, every word that you said, I ain't worked it out yet. So why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Why do you wanna end? When it hurts like this, we climb the greatest heights, jump down and have a fight. That's all we'll ever like, but that can never change my mind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. When it hurts like this.
Out time. Out time.
We hold each other high, but we fall 1,000 times. But I'd never say goodbye or ever leave this stuff behind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. When it hurts like
I
this.
asked Janna and Vivian to follow it, and I told them about the game, so I don't know if they're gonna log on and watch. John, I think it depends on if he's at his parents or not.
She can hear us.
Hello!
Welcome everybody! It's another night of LOL vs Gaming. Here we go. We are just waiting for the teams to create that lobby. Welcome for everybody who's watching. If you are watching, say hi in the chat. I really appreciate it. Tonight we have Team Nebula versus GGLiving Failures. It's a little different of a name, but I mean, hopefully the game is not going to be like that. But yeah, we got that game coming through. This is VS Gaming League Pool or Division 1, First Division Pool B. And yeah, like I said, we are just waiting for those people to create that lobby, and we should be getting into the game pretty soon. We've got about 2 minutes to go, and once again joined by Chicken Boy.
Hello!
How are you doing today?
Cold.
Yeah, true, it is still cold. It is
It's
still
so
pretty
cold.
cold. Yeah, I mean, what are you thinking with regards to these teams? What are you predicting or hoping that's going to come out of it?
I hope that we get 3 games. That's the only thing I ever hope as an unbiased commentator.
I mean, I can totally agree with you.
Um, yeah, look, I mean, I've had a look at the teams. Team Nebula have quite a large roster, so I'm not, entirely sure who we're going to see tonight. If it's I anticipate a similar team to what played yesterday. We didn't stream them yesterday, but I saw the results from their game yesterday. So based on that team, they have some fairly high ranked individual players, a little bit higher ranked than on Living Failures. So purely from if you can trust Riot and its ranking system, then Nebula should have the advantage.
Can we
But
ever
I
trust
mean,
that though?
LoL is a team game, so let's see. I think Nebula, as far as I know, Nebula did win their first game, or their first series yesterday. I think it was a 2-1, and GGLiving Failures lost their game, their first game of the split. They went down 2-0. They went down to a team Mad, what is it? Mad
Synergy?
something. No, Mad. Can't remember. I think we played against them when we were in the Do Gaming League.
It's
The name sounds
possible.
so familiar.
Mad Instincts?
Nah.
They have quite a few. They have Mad Synergy, Mad Instincts. Um, I'm not too sure if they have another one, but those are the three,
Let me find this one.
or two at least. Um,
But yeah, so they didn't seem to have the greatest first game, but I mean, everyone has to have that first game and get it out of the way, get the nerves out of the way. So, just because they lost one game doesn't mean they're going to lose all their games. So, yeah, looking forward to good performances from both sides.
yeah, I think it's from the games that we have watched and spectated. I mean, there has been a crazy amount of action. Team fights are always packed with abilities and kills. So I think we're definitely going to get a lot of interesting and different dynamics coming out, and hopefully, like we say, hopefully we get a game 3, and it's another exciting game. Just
Yeah,
looking
we
at
had
ranks, yeah.
two game threes yesterday. Yeah, sorry, yes, it was Mad Synergy. Doesn't that sound familiar?
I think the mad part does. I'm not too
Well,
sure
yeah,
about
okay,
the exact synergy,
fair
but yeah,
enough.
mad.
There are quite a
That
few.
MAD definitely did
Yeah,
remind me of the good old DGL games back when it was
good
still.
old, really.
Well, I mean, it was a while ago.
That
It's
was
like
so frustrating. Oh my
6 years
god.
ago or something like that.
Yo. Don't
So
have to
I
give
mean,
our
it
age
is
away,
gonna.
bruh.
Well, it's not giving my age away.
What? 6 years ago, bruh. It's not like you were 10 6 years ago and playing this thing.
You never know. You never know.
Well, I mean, I do.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm just waiting for that last player to come into the lobby. Seems like there is just one more that we are waiting for, and then I think we should be getting this game underway. I mean, I don't think these teams are really gonna sit around. They normally go into team select pretty quickly. So yeah, looking forward to it. Nothing much we can really do. Yeah, we spoke about it. As we can see, the ranks coming out here. We got some platinum 3s, platinum 4s, golds, silvers. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so by the looks of things, Team Nebula, their strength lies in sort of the bottom half of the map. So their mid laner, plat 4, quite experienced on a lot of assassins, played a lot of Zed, a lot of Akali, a lot of Echo, that sort of thing. And yeah, I mean, I think we all know what it's like to play against a Fed assassin. It's
hmm
just a nightmare. That being said, the ADC and their their support are also Plat 4 and Plat 3. That's ALilTiltedAdc and Okiwi. And ALilTiltedAdc has actually been playing a couple of the power picks. So, I sort of hope for Living Failure's sake that they've done a bit of research and that they've seen that and that they ban some of those ADCs. But we'll get into that when we get into the pick and ban phase. But yeah, so like I said, purely based on LoL's ranking system, it looks like Team Nebula have the individual advantage at least. But let's see what Living Failures can do as a team.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here who we're waiting for, but I mean the person hasn't been invited just of yet. So
It's BazingaKiller, the captain.
Yeah.
We're waiting for him.
Must be
Well,
running late.
like I say, if he's playing, so they have two captains. They have Balloon Knot, he's one of the captains, and BazingaKiller is the other captain. So both of them usually play. But I mean, they have, like I say, they have a lot of reserve players. So if he can't play, then if they're waiting for someone else, then it might be someone I'm not so familiar with.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe they playing their B squad or something like that.
The rest of their A squad is here. Don't
if they
worry.
have a B squad
duo is here. Don't worry.
But yeah, I mean, those two platinums over there definitely might be making Team Nebula a little nervous.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, RSA Snoopy and Contest in Team 1 side there. Yeah, I mean, when you're in silver, I know what it's like to be in silver and to look across at a platinum player in your lane. It's quite, it is scary, but you know what? It doesn't mean you're going to lose. Definitely not. We know that the junglers play a big role, and also, RIP, we can't get into all of
Just tell them to leave and then just leave and let me leave.
No.
So they're just trying to organize themselves before we get into this game.
It shouldn't be that much of an issue, though. I mean, well, these guys have been playing LoL for a long time. I assume all their accounts have all the champions by now. They should be able to switch champions. Shouldn't matter who picks first.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not too sure if someone has to be the first person, but I mean, I don't know. There was always that ease or comfort of just not really having to worry about the picks and bans and then or someone else having to do it. So maybe they just have someone that's more comfortable in that position.
Okay, you know what? I already have one sort of change from what. So I saw in their last 3-match series on Team Nebula's side, their top laner was King Mong. And he played the first and the third game because that was a 3-match series. And Uncle Pingu, he actually played only one of those matches. He played the second one, so he looks like he might be their second top laner. So yeah, that's something that I was maybe not necessarily expecting to see tonight. But let's see. He only played one game last night, so maybe they're giving him, the first sort of play tonight to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Into picks and bans.
Okay, so who do we have on the blue side? We have Living Failures on the blue side. I want to see them ban Yuumi, Varus, and Ezreal.
Okay, and why specifically those guys?
Those three. So I did say that I think the most power from Nebula is coming out of the bot lane. And Yuumi, first of all, is just OP. And the fact that their bot laner plays a lot of Yuumi just tells me ban it. The ADC's been playing a lot of Ezreal and Varus, two of the most popular ADCs at the moment. And Failure's ADC hasn't been playing either of those. So if you're not going to pick them, I think you should ban them. Okay, so we have one different ban. So that means either Yuumi or Varus is likely to get through. Yeah, I wonder if they are not going to ban the Yuumi. and first pick it.
I'm surprised with
If
the
it doesn't get
Maokai
picked, I think that is an
counter spec to
option.
someone and then
But
No.
because they
Ezra
banned the Ezreal,
to
okay, this leave me ban.
keep him at the
Okay,
moment,
I'm not
and
too
then the
surprised by
Ezra
that.
bans probably to avoid
Yeah,
like
look, I
Ezra
don't know
Loopy shenanigans on
how
bot
high
lane. Actually,
priority
banning
Nebula are going to
is
put on the virus. I wouldn't be surprised to see them play that though. I think the ADC plays a lot of Caitlyn as well. I wonder if we'll see a first pick. Okay, I thought it would be the Fiddle or the Volley jungle for blue side. Um, and I think blue side want Aphelios as an ADC.
Yeah, I know you
It,
mentioned yesterday with regards to that virus and the strength that he can bring to the team with that poke. So I'm not too sure if they've been picking it up. I mean, I know we haven't seen any of that previously. So yeah, it doesn't seem like the teams are really prioritizing that. We do see the Nami and the Fiddlesticks coming out. We did
yeah, so
see that Fiddles the other day
yeah,
wreaking havoc, but yeah, it didn't
just
really.
last night.
Yeah, didn't unfortunately didn't win them the game on that specific pick, if I'm not mistaken.
It did. No, wait. Oh,
It didn't.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
think it
sure
did.
it didn't.
It had some very good counter jungling moments, that's for sure. I can't
Yeah,
remember if it won though. Okay,
yeah,
Ornn in
that
the
was the
top
game with the
lane.
Mordekaiser.
Very safe top laner. He can, even if he gets put against the Wukong, he will manage. I wonder if we'll see the Mordekaiser on red side picked into this Ornn. I wonder if we'll see an Aphelios here as well. Okay, Thresh. So, okay, prioritizing the support. I know their support is quite comfortable on that Thresh pick
Ooh,
as
nah.
well.
The
It's not going to
Teemo?
be Teemo. Nah, it's not going to be Teemo. It might be, you can put a tank against Ornn, but then it's just really going to be a farm fest. We saw Mordekaiser do quite well against the Ornn, and yes, so Sylus is a counter pick that I know the Chinese and the Korean players started playing a lot of. I think some of the EU players have played this as well. And that's actually, I wonder if this is why they brought Uncle Pingu in, because I see that he's played quite a lot of Silas in the top lane. So yes, maybe just I expect that to be Silas top against Ornn. I don't think that's a Silas mid.
Okay, and yeah, we kind of have the ADCs in mid left for the last picks,
Ooh,
unlike
you
the
know
other
what?
day.
Also, because we have an AP in the top lane and an AP jungler, and they're banning assassins on the red side, I think red side is going to go for something like I said, an AD, well, an
Yeah,
AD mid
mid
laner,
laner. Yeah, makes sense.
probably a Z.
Does make sense. Yeah, it's strange to kind of see that mid pick coming out, or well, we haven't seen the mid pick. I lied. The top picks and the jungles.
Yeah, no
Where the other day we saw
ADCs.
the jungles kind of being towards the bottom,
Mm,
and mid pick is mostly last.
yeah.
So
To be honest, I don't like that blue team banned the Echo because Echo is a viable counter into the Z if he gets picked, and it's not like they could ban both. I would have wanted them to ban Caitlyn and Varus.
ooh, the Vayne coming
Okay, so
out.
they transition onto the Vayne. I'm fairly surprised.
Ooh, with the
We
Ashe
know she's a late game
carry.
carry.
We saw that
We
yesterday
saw
as
that
well.
firsthand, yeah.
Against
Silas
that
scales quite
Hecarim.
nicely, Fiddle scales quite nicely as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely expecting an AD mid laner here. I think someone with some early power as well, just to give this team some more early damage. But let's look at blue side. So we're looking for a mid
Mid
laner,
laner. Oof.
and that can work. It's still tough. Look,
They're definitely going for like the hard CC engage. Ooh, there's a Yasuo, but they don't really
yeah,
have a
I think
knock-up. Obviously from the Silas ulti, you can steal that
yeah,
Ornn.
there's the Z.
Okay, there's the Zed, like
I
you
thought it was going to
mentioned.
be the Z. Yeah. So look, yeah, I think blue side were expecting the Z pick because Diana is a viable, not necessarily a counter, but she's fairly beefy and does a lot of damage. And although Z does a lot of damage, the way to deal with Z is to also have a lot of damage on your side, and Diana definitely has that. But I think it's going to mostly be sort of a skill matchup. We know it can be difficult for Diana to kill the Z because of that shadow dash of his. If Diana goes all in, drops the ulti, and Z just dashes out with the shadow, there's going to be a lot of Diana's
Mm.
um, damage gone. So I think it's still going to be tough for them in the mid lane. And yeah, I think we're going to see the most action in that mid lane. I'm actually very excited
You're
to
always
watch
very
this mid lane
excited for
play
these
out. No,
games.
but I mean, come on, mid lane. That, you know, I love Diana. I've played a
Yeah.
lot of Diana myself. But this is a trickier matchup. But yeah, definitely, I would say probably even. So it's going to be up to the players to step up, individually, and then also, for us to see how much impact the junglers are going to have.
Yeah, I was definitely just looking at the team comps and just thinking in terms of the Yasuo for the team fights would have definitely been better for Team Nebula, with that knockup from the Ornn ulti coming through from the Sylus. They could definitely chain maybe 3 or 4 people if they get that right. But I mean, if they are going for the assassination, they do only have. I mean, if the Zed can get on the Ashe, that's most of their AD damage kind of down. Although they do have quite a beefy tank line in the front there. So it's definitely going to be hard for them to get through, but they do have that Vayne with the true damage attacking all the time, and I'm pretty sure she's going to get the increased damage from the Nami and movement speed to kind of kite those fights. It's going to be interesting to see if they try and force it from the front or kind of go for that Vayne and hopefully get her on the back, but I don't think it's going to be possible. I mean,
Yeah, look, they're going to want to probably run past the Fiddle, the Sylus, and the Zed, and
yeah,
onto that Nami and the Vayne on the back. But yeah, look, Vayne's definitely going to go Blade of the Ruined King to deal with these tanks as well. So yeah, I must say, so Red side, they they have an odd comp in the sense that there's no sort of traditional engage, but this is the beauty of Silas, is that he can steal that Ornn ulti,
mm,
and then there's their engage.
yeah,
And I really expect that. I mean, he could steal the Ashe arrow as well for a bit of engage to pick someone out,
yeah.
but I don't think he's gonna
Also
steal.
Diana. There's
I mean,
so many.
he'll do a lot of damage with the Diana ult. I don't think he's gonna take the Thresh ult. And I mean, he
Mm,
could take the Volibear ult, especially, but I see
if
that
they tower
happening more
dive,
in the
possibly.
lane for like a tower dive. But I
Yeah.
think for the team fights, I think honestly every fight, and I think this is why Silas is also considered a bit of a counter into the Ornn in the sense that you're giving Silas such a powerful ulti by picking the Ornn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be an interesting fight, and the team fights are going to be one to kind of watch out for and how they kind of go into these team fights to get success. I mean, even if the Ornn and the Volley kind of do jump onto that Vayne, I think with the Nami being there and the dash and knock away from that Vayne, it's going to be very difficult to kind of kill her. Um, so I think
For sure.
the advantage definitely goes to Team Nebula in in the beginning. Well, I suppose more towards the end. Um, yeah, we're just gonna have to see how it unfolds. Just gonna see masteries and some of the spells, see if there's anything different. I did see someone mentioning that the Volibear with the phase rush apparently is quite disgusting, so we won't see that actually. Press the attack coming out. Conqueror as usual, lethal tempo on the Ashe. Thresh, yep, pretty standard coming out. Um, Nothing really different. I'm surprised there's no press to attack on the Vayne actually. She rather goes for fleet footwork. So that's a little bit different. Normally the press attack just for that extra damage, especially towards the end. I mean, she's most likely going to be attacking tanks in the front line or in those team fights. So I'm really surprised with that. But I mean, yeah, maybe add some extra sustain in the lane or yeah, I'm not too sure exactly why she went that fleeted footwork. But hey, we'll see if it works.
Yeah, I think it could be. Yeah, I mean, you usually take that for the sustain.
But she does have
Um,
the Nami there, so
but yeah, that's why it is a bit odd. But I mean, well, that being said, I don't think you can ever have too much sustain,
true. Well,
I suppose.
you can only get to 100 health. You can have a little bit of a shield, but I'm pretty sure she didn't take those masteries. So, um, yeah, she's not gonna have the overheal and that shield kind of coming out. So again, I think it's maybe to avoid the gank or um, maybe stay away from the Diana. But yeah, again, I'm not too sure why she took that fleeted footwork. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it pans out in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I surprised? Let me think about this. So I see Diana has TP, where Zed has Ignite. I think I probably would have preferred Diana to take Ignite just because, when she goes in, sh that's it. She's all in. She's not going in and then getting back out. And I think that taking the Ignite would have helped to deal with that Vayne, who's going to have a lot of life steal. With the tumble around and that sort of stuff. I think every bit of damage would have helped. But that being said, it's always nice to have TP to get you back into the lane quickly. So let's see. It
Do
looks
you
like,
see a 4-man, yeah?
yeah, they're pinging to go top side. They're all going. The Thresh is a little bit slow. We might have Sylus walking into 5-man. Shh, don't give it away.
Ooh,
Bloody
ooh.
phones clipping, yeah.
Is the Thresh gonna land the hook? They go on the outside.
Oh, the
Ooh.
Ashe. The Ashe gave it away.
Oh, he's still sticking around. No, he does use
And
the
he
dash to get
dashes.
away, and then the ward just kind of keeps whole team worried. Otherwise, we do see
There's an
some
invade from
movement.
red side onto the red buff, blue's red
Yeah,
buff. Nice deep ward there by the Raptors as well.
and
I
one in
wonder if the
tri-bush.
Nami, the Zed, and Vayne are going to stick around for this. I think Volley's going to start on his blue. I, I don't.
I wonder if we're
I
gonna
don't
see
think they're going to try and take the red, are they?
a fight here. I think they might. I'm not too sure. I
Oh
think
my
they maybe
goodness,
just seeing.
Thresh.
Nope, he's
Okay,
going
no, he's going to
back.
be fine. They're going to back. Yeah, no, I think
Ooh,
everything's just going to
they
even out.
did ward it. Okay, there's the ward on the red.
Yeah.
And I do get a little bit of a lag spike, thanks to some odd reason. We do see Fiddles on the jungle here.
Starts his wolves as we saw yesterday, and it's because he starts with that life drain and he can life drain from multiple units at the same time, so it actually makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's no differential there.
So yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fairly quiet in the bot lane, and for the time being, top we're gonna see some trades, but I don't know if there's gonna be much damage. That being said, we have Volley moving up into the top lane. This is a very early gank.
I was
See if
just
they can
gonna
run the
highlight
flash.
the. Oh, Silas does go in. He
He has
does.
to flash.
There comes the.
Oh, well played. Very well
Oh, the
played. They
stun.
lost. Oh,
Oh, the kill.
oh,
First
sorry.
blood.
Am I ahead?
Yeah, I had.
Clearly.
I
We'll
was.
rewind a bit.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. As soon as I go ahead, then I get a lovely lag spike. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to stick on 235 at the moment.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Okay.
see.
So TP back into the top lane from the Sylus, and actually, what you want to do if you can, as blue side, is you want to punish him again. He doesn't have his flash or his TP. If you can kill him again, you put him so far behind that honestly, yeah, he becomes almost irrelevant until he can get a gank himself.
Oh.
This is an easy reset for the Ornn. He probably doesn't even have to go back. He's just gonna ward. Oh, okay. So is Volibear gonna run into the Fiddlesticks? It looks like
Maybe
it.
watching this mid lane,
Fiddles
but here
has
comes
his
a fight
ignite.
in the red.
They
He's
both
trying to
have
take
ignite.
it. They do find it. He's stealing
One
the
gets
health,
the
smites it, but the volley does get the
good
red buff.
rotate.
Flash and heal onto the Nami. Rotation from the Zed
Yep, we
coming
see the
through,
bot
but
lane
the
coming.
volley
Oh,
does get
flash
away.
forward.
Here comes the... Oh, flash forward. There's the kill on the Thresh, unfortunately. Bubble does land on the Ashe, which is great. Flash, double flash over into the Dragon Pit. They are chasing the Nami as well. Slow
Oh
from
my
the Ashe
goodness.
coming out, but they heal. The knock away from the
Oh.
Vayne. Are they going to get it? They do get the kill there. I'm going to the Nami. Great bubble from the Nami to stop the
They
Volibear,
have to
but
catch
will
this.
she?
Yeah.
She is going to go down. Yes, they get it.
Yo. And we are
And we do
4
have a
kills
fight in
to
the top
0.
lane as well. Silas is out of mana though, but Ornn did slow him.
Ornn
He is
has his
still pretty
flash and his
tanky.
TP. He's building something. What's he building? The Ruby Crystal? Yep. Yeah,
Damn, what a fight. Oh,
oh,
here comes a three-man gang though. In the top lane, like you said, they're
oh,
gonna
and
punish
this is
that
exactly
flash.
what I want to see.
Oh,
Oh,
there's the
well played.
dash, flay back,
Just,
great
oh,
Q into it for the stun, and then the hook secures that kill.
just great, great team
Rotation.
play. Good map awareness and game awareness, knowing that they, can punish that Sylus. He didn't have his flash. I mean, his flash is still not up for almost about 3 minutes still. So they could potentially punish him again and really put him even further behind. But I must say, all round, very good play here from the blue side, and Volley's already 3-0 and 1. I mean, how much gold he's sitting on about 2,000 gold. I'd like to see him go back um, and get the advantage by spending that gold, because it's one thing to have earned the gold, but until you spend it, you don't actually have the advantage if you have a fight.
Yeah, we do see a possible fighter in the jungle, but nothing.
No.
Fiddle just decides to go back. Um, yeah, like you said, good trade there. I mean, 5-0. I think Fiddle was trying to push that lead a little bit too hard into that red jungle, but definitely interesting fight so far. And that roam from the Thresh was clutch to secure that kill in the top lane with the flay and the hook.
Yeah, but I mean, the other thing is, like you said, I mean, I didn't see who had lane priority in the bot lane, and it looked like, red team got there first. So I think they had the priority, but, in the early game, I think Vayne, doesn't add as much value to a fight as the Ashe does. Ashe has the slow, and she has a little bit more damage, I think, than the Vayne. As we see
Yeah,
another fight.
the
Oh,
Nami did
flash
rotate
down.
earlier. Here comes flash down
I
from the
think this is a
Vayne.
dead Nami.
Stun
Oh
coming down
my
with the shield.
goodness.
The hook misses, but the flay lands, and another kill going down onto that Ashe. Vayne's trying to do damage, but not really getting
Yeah,
anywhere.
there's not much you
Oh,
can do in
fight
this
in the
early game.
top lane again. Ornn misses the knockup. And yeah, it's just a normal tank trade.
So I am actually quite shocked that the only lane that hasn't seen any action is our lane with 2 assassins. This is just utter madness.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Um,
been watching it quite a bit to make sure, but nothing's really going. There goes the Diana onto the Z. The Thresh is here for the possible hook, but nothing really comes from it. Just continue to take that um, Drake, and yeah, Vayne farming in the
so
bot
there was a
lane.
mountain drake, and we have infernal next, so we still have a possibility of an ocean soul. I think I
Mm.
want to see an ocean soul just to really spice things up
Oof.
and to make that drake really worth fighting for.
Look at this Thresh and Volley kind of just roaming around here.
Does Thresh have mobility boots? No, he doesn't. He
Not
doesn't
yet.
even have boots.
It's just
I actually, yeah, I think the glacial shroud was a little bit greedy from him, wanting to have that CDR and that extra mana. And I understand, the temptation as well. And there's a reason for it, or like I said, I could come up with reasons for it, but I think it would have been better if he'd gotten those boots of mobility, so that every time they push this lane like it is now, he can go on those roams and get around very, very quickly.
to share reset from the Sylus coming out.
He doesn't have TP though, and if this
It
wave is probably going to get pushed
pushed
in.
in, yep. Ooh, the
He
volley's going
is,
for the invade. Are we going to see another fight? They did see that they spot that out with the ward,
yeah.
waiting for the Diana to come through. Here comes
Oh,
the stun, the silence does come out, but great ulti from the
stolen by
Diana
the
and
no, stolen
by
by
the
the
volley.
volley.
Yes, great kill once again coming out um, from GG Living
I tell you what,
Failures.
this volley pick is proving to be like huge for the blue team side, for failure side, and I think they're showing that if you're not going to ban it and we have first pick, we're going to take it,
You
which
know?
is going to force red side to
Oh,
force Nebula to rethink their pick and ban strategy. Yeah, I just don't think anything's really going their way. Ornn is doing just fine into the Sylus, who's supposed to be his counter pick. Fiddle is 0 and 2, whereas Volley's 3 and 0. Diana has a kill now. Zed's sitting at 0 and 1. And yeah, the bot laner, the ADC, the Ashe is sitting on 3 for 0, and Vayne's still sitting on 0. It's definitely Blue Game's game to lose, at this point, almost a 4,000 gold lead as well. So I really want to see blue side press the advantage now, because we know that red wants to scale. We know Vayne wants to scale. We know Sylus wants to scale. We know, Zed wants to become that ninja beast that can just make, the ADC or the mid laner explode on the other team. But he might get caught out here.
Ooh, Zed's coming around for the gank. Does get the flash out from the Ashe, but there comes the
It
ulti.
is a shutdown on the Ashe.
Ulti does come out onto the Vayne, but the volley just jumps on top of her and kills her. Volley gets the kill. Oh, Diana
Good
actually gets
ulti
the
from
kill
the Ornn.
onto the Diana, and great flash play. The Ornn knockup
The Ornn
misses and
almost
a
killing
double
himself
kill.
with the knockup again, and we saw this happen last night actually as well, where the knockup misses and you end up charging into the turret range and disabling yourself. But he's gonna be okay. He is a
They're
tank.
gonna push this tower in the bot lane. Looks like it. He does take another tower shot.
TP to the top lane by Diana to protect that. I think that's well played as well.
Oof.
While red team takes the Rift Herald, and this makes sense for them. I think there's not much else on the map for them to do. So yeah, it's a pretty free Rift Herald for them, so might as well take it. I mean, they haven't taken any plates yet, so that's at least 2 guaranteed plates worth of gold for them if they can drop that sometime soon. But I don't know where they're going to drop it.
Yeah, I mean they don't really have much pressure anywhere.
No.
They can't. They haven't really been able to push out.
They could drop it now. Okay, they're going
it
to.
looks like yeah. There we go.
So this will be 2 plates that will go over, gold. Ooh, Zed.
Red is in a
Gonna get this
world of
gold.
pain. That's true. Oh, yeah, is he gonna stick
No,
around for it?
the
No,
gold
it goes to the fiddle.
Fiddle, yeah.
But I mean, they only get those 2 plates, and that's it. Ooh, Thresh is sticking around here for the Z, but
Does he have those boots yet? Okay, there. Now he's gone
Boots
back and
of
gotten those
ability.
boots of ability, and yes, that's what I want to see out of him. It's really going to enable him to roam and to cause chaos for red team. And look at this, where this Vayne and this Nami have to sit. They're deep in the lane, under the turret.
Well, I mean, they do have that ward in the river here, and I mean, that's
Optimistic Q.
the only ward they kind of have.
Tumble forward from the
Vayne. She does get flayed. Double bubble does keep that gank away, or that kill pressure away at least. Doesn't look too bad.
See
Looks
a
like
rotate from the Diana
it
and the
just looks
volley.
like they're going for the Drake. No, possibly for the tower dive.
They both have their ultis. We can
There we
definitely
go. Flash
see a
on the
tower
Vayne
dive
and the
here.
heal though.
Oh, ulti from the
There
Ashe.
we go. Ulti from the Ashe, just the Vayne. Flay with the box coming out. Volley with that tower gets the kill on the Diana. Oh, does get the kill on the Ashe though, but the double kill for the Diana, yeah. Great roam and use of that ulti. Like we said earlier, we're using that Volibear ulti to get onto the turret.
Yeah, disable the turret and force that tower dive. Yeah, look, that's best case. Ooh. I think that was a dead full if he got hooked.
Almost, yeah.
Zed wants to,
steal it.
Just back away.
But I don't think he's gonna go. He's gonna wait for it. Oh, just went for it, I suppose.
Oh, the collapse onto this fiddle. No.
Ooh, can he get there? No, it does get the flash out of the fiddle though. Fight in the top lane. It's actually quite a big one. Heal. The heal coming out from the Sylus. Steals the ulti from the Ornn. Can he get it? He does get the knockup, but nothing going to come from that. Once again, just tanks kind of going at it. Although Sylus isn't really a tank, but sure acts like one.
Even if we look at his items, there's no real tanky stats in there. What's he sitting on? 1,300 HP against almost 1,700 on the Ornn. Yeah, Ornn is not the easiest ram to take down.
Volley is waiting in the bot lane for another potential gang coming out here.
Fiddles is also coming down.
See it.
And you'll get spotted out by the Scryer's orb.
Nope. Yep. The volley's just gonna back off and back to the mid lane, I suppose. See if any action comes from this.
So Diana, if we look at the items, Diana has gone for Lost Chapter, and then for the Seeker's Arm Guard. So Seeker's Arm Guard, I think, is a great early buy. For any AP character laning against an AD character, specifically an assassin, it gives you 30 armor, which is not to be scoffed at. and very good. But it looks like she's probably not going to rush that Sonya's as yet. She's probably going to go for the Luden's Echo first. It's not a build that I'm too fond of. As we see a roam onto the top lane from blue side. It is warded in the river, so he should see this.
Ornn does have his ulti though, so they are just going to back off.
I don't think it's worth to tower dive. I mean, you have a lot of bounty sitting on the volley and the Diane. You don't want to give that away for free potentially.
Yeah, I agree.
A bit of a roam here towards the bot lane, but he's going to find out that no one's there. And yeah, things quieting down.
Yeah, I was
just a little bit over here.
Much. We do see quite a CSly coming out from the Ashe though. From the Vayne actually. About 13 over there. Well,
yeah, she's almost finished getting the stacks on the cow over there, which is going to feel good for her.
Yeah, working her way to the Blade of the Ruined King over there.
Yeah, but I mean, Ashe is already sitting on that Blade of the Ruined King, so Vayne still cannot fight this Ashe. And
here comes the Fiddles in the top lane, possibly.
Followed by
here comes the volley, chasing him down, running into the lane. He is going to go for it, but he does get feared and silenced. Ornn ulti comes out, get the double knockup, steal from the volley. Oh, the electrocute proc coming out, does get the hook onto the Fiddles. Ulti coming out onto the Sylus,
that was
onto
a
the
fail.
Fiddle. No, I'm not too sure where that
the Diana ulti was a bit of a fail there, but we actually saw a kill in the bot lane while we were busy there. I don't know if you want to just rewind and see what happened there.
We have TP coming in the bot lane from the Diana.
Yeah, I think you can afford to go back now. Red team's just resetting.
Okay, let's rewind and see that kill in the bot lane. So Ashe is just sitting by the turret by herself. They do realize that, great bubble from the Nami, followed by the OT, and the Nami is just taking the tower aggro, does get the flash out. Oh, they do get the, not the return kill, but the execute from the turret, so that is, feels bad from the Vayne. Oh, the Ashe not being able to get any damage on that.
Okay, back in live, we have a bit of a fight in the mid lane.
Yeah, see them, yeah. Oh, flash, flay, misses, hook does land though. Ashe doing double bubble once again, the damage coming out from the Z, and she do get that shutdown. The Volibear comes in and just smites the Z dead.
Yeah, so and that's the thing, you know, Zed's got two like lethality items now, and he's getting to that point. What is he level 11 yet? I can't see while he's dead. But once he gets, if he isn't level 11 yet, once he gets that, you know, the poor Ashe is really going to have a tough time. Blue side secure the Rift Herald, and I think they can just pop that mid to break that turret.
Cloud Drake coming out in about 15 seconds. It is going to be a Cloud Soul, which would be great for the Z and the Sylus.
But it's a lot. Soul is a long way away from the red team.
So
yeah, here's the Rift Hero getting dropped in mid lane. I'm not surprised. Use that to get mid priority while you rotate onto the Drake.
There are three of them. Yeah, to answer for this, they're most likely not going to get the tower down. Yeah, they are going to be able to kill that.
Yeah, but they've done enough to secure Drake. I think we might have a team fight resulting from this.
Here comes a 4-man team coming down.
Fiddles does have his ulti, he's charging it up.
They do see him, he is charging the ulti into the bush. The volley does go in, he does get the smite though, but he does go down after that. Oh, Diana gets a 4-man ulti into the damage, but there's no follow-up. They do get the kill onto the Fiddles, and now the Z is there. The Ornn ulti does come through and gets that kill onto the Vayne.
Diana gets the kill. Just.
And Thresh is following. Can he get the hook? No, he doesn't. He misses it. Just.
Oh my
Bubble comes out, and it looks like they are going to secure this turret.
Yeah, and that's so we're now sitting on a 6k gold lead. I mean, last time we looked at it was sitting at about 4k. So blue team, you know, are trying to press this advantage. Their gold lead is going to go up even more after they take this turret. And this is good. I think they're playing their comp quite nicely, really pressing their advantage. And yeah, I don't want to see blue team drag this game out. I think that's how they lose this.
Ornn just creating some items in the lane. Not even.
And Sylus, if we switch to the item, Sylus hasn't even completed his first item yet. He's really feeling behind in this game. He's falling quite far behind. He's not going to be able to do anything to the Ornn for a very long time. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything to anyone for a very long time. In fact, the only thing he's doing right now of much use is stealing that Ornn from that Ornn's ulti, and popping that into the team fight. And other than that, all he can really do is try and get a bit of farm in the side lane, and hope that his team doesn't feed too much more.
Yeah, we do see a 7-0 lead on the Diana and a 6-1 on that Volibear. I mean, from having really no action in the lane, she did roam quite a bit and definitely coming together in those team fights. So I think with the slow from the volley coming out, definitely working those team fights correctly. Vayne does complete a Blade of the Ruined King though, which might help out a little bit, but we do see the Thresh coming for this fight. Are they going to try tower dive? The death sentence does miss.
No, I think they just want to push this turret down. They know that Zed doesn't really have enough wave clear. Vayne is too short range to try and wave clear as well, and this is just very well played.
Yeah, they did have to push in the top lane, and then draw 2 members up that side, and now, yeah, like you said, just push this turret down and kind of get extra gold.
Yeah. So Blue are going to be tempted to take the Baron. I'm not saying they mustn't.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't do it.
If they're going to do it, they need to get the vision control up. But what I would want to see them do is, rather than try and take the Baron, just set up for Baron. Red team doesn't really have, in fact they don't have vision because their ward has been neutralized by that pink ward from blue side. Just set up around Baron, set the trap, win the team fight, and then take the Baron. But it looks like they want to take this top turret.
Yeah. Just about to say, looks like they're going for that siege. There is a ward on the backside for the Sylus. It does expire just as I say that. Sylus does steal the ulti once again.
TP in at this stage.
So we are. Are we gonna go see a tower dive with the Volibear ulti coming in? I don't think so. He does get Vayne does get the condemn onto the Ornn, into that wall. Their sentence does miss, and he does take a tower shot for that. Is anything going to ensue here? The Volibear just clearing the wards, getting that, putting down a different ward. I think it was actually the Thresh. Nami does get the bubble onto the Diana. It does look like they're just attacking this turret.
Okay.
Fiddles does
silence. A little bit of poke onto the Ashe over there. She doesn't really have that much sustain. There's no ocean to help her either.
Well, Fear once again coming out on the volley, and the silence and the hook, or the lantern actually coming out
Diana
on the Thresh too.
We're gonna see a tower dive.
There we go. Oh, condemn into the ulti. Double ulti coming out from the Ornn. So Volibear does get that. The Fiddlesticks ulti coming down, and it's 4 kills. The Zez on the backline does shut down the Ashe, I think it is, does get the double kill onto the Diana, but the Vayne is left unanswered. She does get the hook though, but the charge does get the kill. Double bubble. Oh, flash misses. Lantern comes out. Is he going to be able to get the hook? He does get the hook. The turret might be able to kill him. The double flay once again back, and the kill goes over to the Ornn. Great play from this Thresh coming out here. Those flays definitely changing this game.
Yeah, but I think it was still it felt a little bit greedy and a little bit forced from the blue side. I mean, they gave shutdown gold from the Volibear dying and from the Diana dying. You don't want to give someone like Zed and Vayne that gold. But that being said, they took the turret. It was a 5-for-3 exchange, so probably worth overall. But it's really going to come down to this Drake. We can see both teams are moving towards the Drake. Red don't want to give up the soul for free.
That inside from Ashe getting a vision. He's coming out. He misses the death sentence. Ashe is trying to take this.
Diana's on her blue and she's recalling now. She does have TP though, but her team needs to wait for her to get back.
Another ward coming down.
The Ashe ulti taken by
we have summoner spells just on the Sylus.
There's a TP behind by the Diana.
Oh yeah, TP coming in the lane. Are they going to be able to collapse on her?
Oh my goodness.
She comes in from the backside. Ulti onto the Nami. and basically deletes those two. Sylus is trying to get away here. Oh, the great hook coming through the
What a
Thresh.
yeah.
And then the Sylus does use his W to get on. The Fiddles has to use his ulti to get away. And the Diana actually secures that kill onto the Sylus.
Yeah, so now you push in the spot lane. If you can't finish, you at least want to just take that inhibitor, because if you open up and get the mega creeps in the bot lane, it's the best lane to have mega creeps in. Oh, we see ulti onto the Ashe from the Z, but that's not going to do anything. Yeah, so you know,
Giving
if
on
you
to the
want
Diana, but
was it the Diana?
yes.
No, it wasn't that the Ashe.
Nope,
Anyway,
it was the Diana.
okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to set yourself up for potential Baron, yeah, like I say, bot lane is a great lane to get super minions, creeps for yourself, because it draws at least one person from the other team to deal with it, and if they don't have TP, it's such a long run that they probably won't be able to get there in time. But because Soul is on the table for blue team, we see them moving on to the Drake, and I think this is the right call. There's no need for Baron in this game, in my opinion, for blue side.
Well, I think, yeah, they're just going to take this Drake, reset, spend all their gold that they have, and then possibly set up for the Baron with those mega creeps kind of pushing in the bot and middle lane. It just makes sense. We do see red team kind of moving to the Baron, potentially wanting to take it before blue team gets there. But I'm not too sure
Yeah,
if that's
this
going
is
to happen.
Yeah, that would probably be their best play, was to sneak it. It would
But
help with the
yeah,
defense, but
now it's
I
too
think they're
late.
too scared. Yeah, and they have
They
to
would have
back
had
away.
to start straight away, unfortunately.
So we see the pings from blue onto the Baron. I hope that's just to clear out vision, because I honestly don't think they need to take. I mean, they can. They probably can take it. They should be able to secure it. But you know, both junglers are both level 12. That means if the Fiddles gets in there, his smite does exactly the same amount of damage as the volley, so I don't want to see them 50-50 this.
Oh,
Set up for it, try and, you know, lay the bait, lay the trap, win the team fight, because all they need to win this game, in my opinion, is to win a team fight. But they are going to start the Baron, and red team are probably going to just give this up.
yeah, we do see
I
the
think
Baron going down.
this is just going to go down uncontested.
Yep, there we go. And yeah, the only thing kind of left for GGLiving failures is to push this top lane. And
Ooh,
here comes the Ornn
ulti onto
ulti.
the Sylus.
Does knock him up.
Ooh, this is a dead
The
Sylus.
volley is charging in. Does use the ulti, get there. Ulti from the Ashe and secure the kill onto the Ashe.
He
Yeah,
didn't
this.
have Flash. He was never going to get away from that.
Yeah, I
They're
was
just
just
going to
gonna
push
say.
this lane in. They're going to siege down. Zed is hanging on the side there. I think he wants to see if he can pop the Ashe. I don't think he can pop the Diana. If I want to see him go into the Ashe. If
Oh,
he does
here
go
he
into anyone,
goes.
here he comes.
He is going in. Will he be able to? He does use the Twin Shadows, but doesn't use, again, a 3-man knockup from the bubble and then the ulti coming through. But, I mean, it's onto the tank, so
I tell
unfortunately it
you,
doesn't really
oh,
do anything. It bubble once again, double ulti coming through. Fiddle ulti comes on the backline, but he is deleted.
ulti from
Zed
Zed
coming
onto
down,
Ashe. He might die.
does hit her, but
Yes,
does kill her in the end. Vayne is in the middle of the team trying to get that kill onto the Thresh.
no, the Nami's
Nami's
still alive.
coming through, he does flash
Sylus is
away,
getting
dead.
shut down. That's the most
Silas
gold.
gets the. Oh, he's going on. Can he? Does use the ulti onto the Ornn.
I think
The
he wins
slow.
this.
The attack. I think that.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
Ornn's
turning
too
around.
tanky. Vali's trying to go for the Z.
Oh,
They
Zed's
are
dead.
trying to shut him down. Flash of the ward to get him, and he does die.
I don't know if, yeah,
Who
Sylus
are
can't
they?
wave
Here
clear.
comes the TP from the
On.
Ornn.
This
Yes.
is GG.
Ulti coming out just to
Oh my
secure
god,
this
look at
kill.
all
He
the
does
creeps.
miss it, but
There's
that
so
is
many creeps.
GG. Red. We have Shadow Wixie saying Red's gonna have some nightmares after that game, and yeah, I agree. That was unfortunately a stomping coming out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's actually ironic, because Red Team are the team with the Nightmare King in Fiddlesticks himself, giving themselves nightmare with their champion rather than the other team. But yeah, that Diana pick was huge. But I really think what just turned this game on its head from the get-go was that Volibear.
Mm.
some great ganks. The early pressure top, but not just top. I mean, we saw him pull off some nice ganks in the bot lane as well. And I really think that this is going to make Red Side rethink their picks and bans. I don't know if do they play it? That is also an option. You don't have to ban it if you're going to play it yourself. But it doesn't look like they have anything to deal with this volley.
Yeah, I mean, the volley definitely came in. All he did was, in the beginning of the game, was basically gank, 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 and I mean, it paid off for the team. Like you said, they punished that to Sylus in the beginning with regards to him not having that flash, and yeah, carrying his team with it, Diana securing to the end. I agree. I think that Diana, she didn't have much of an early game, but definitely had an impact towards the end. But like you said, I think that all came from the volley,
Yeah.
creating those ganks, and yeah, just kind of snowballed from that.
Look, that being said, yeah, I think my two or my MVP for that game would be between the volley and the Thresh. I think Thresh had a fantastic
Yeah,
game as well.
I agree with you.
I like the early ganks.
The MVP of the Thresh, or the support once again. We had it yesterday. It seems to be coming out again today, but yeah, we'll see what game 2 is going to be. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the Z did get shut down, but he still managed to get 6 kills, and that's the thing. Something like a Z will always get kills
mm,
if he gets enough items. But yeah, and this is what I said, is that on paper Nebula looked like they had the advantage with the higher ranked individuals, but League of Legends is a team game, and those ranks, individual ranks, mean nothing if you can outperform as a team, and I think that's what the living failures, or the living winners in this case, managed to pull off. That being said, I mean, Team Nebula did lose a game in their first game of the split, but still won that series. I wonder if we're going to see a switch out in the top laner here, if Uncle Pingu is going to drop out, and I think it's BazingaKiller, if we're going to see him come in. Oh, BazingaKiller did actually play, so who did? Oh, sorry, King Mong. I wonder if we're going to see King Mong come in
well, yeah, we're
for
gonna
the
have to,
Uncle Pingu, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, now we just wait, I suppose.
yeah, just seeing for that second game coming through. Um, we are just checking with regards to the custom game being made. Yeah, just checking in with that, seeing what's gonna happen. I'm not too sure if we are going to be able to catch that stream. Hopefully, we're just waiting for an invite to come through into that game. Um, yeah,
But yeah, I think we have a first-time viewer on the stream. Shadow, I don't know how we say the name. Is this Shadow Wixie? Wixie! Shadow Wixie! But what did you think of your
there
first
we go.
competitive game, League of Legends game in South Africa? Was it exciting?
Need one.
Game lobbies for good. Can I come?
We just yeah, just I'm just making some space for you. Um, there we go. Just yeah. Uh, oh, there we go. Yeah, so we do have that game 2 coming out over here. Hopefully,
Okay, and we're gonna see the
who made it
switching
look so
sides.
sexy.
Um, yeah, okay, so Nebula are gonna be on blue side this game. Uncle Pingu is in the lobby again, so we're not seeing the switch out for King Mong. And yeah, look, I mean, I don't think he had a bad performance. He just got camped. And I think, for anyone that's played League of Legends, especially someone that's played a solo lane, we know how punishing, you should know how punishing it is if you get, if you do get camped. It's just a horrible experience. So hopefully he can just shrug it off and, yeah, take a fresh approach to this next
Next one.
game.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see some different priority picks or bans, I would say. Yeah, like you said, I definitely think they should ban that Volibear. And surprisingly, we did actually see the Wukong be left open and not picked last game. So that was definitely a surprise. We thought it was going to come out, but for now, we do see the teams are ready. But again, there we go into the picks and bans. We see it coming through. We do have Team Nebula, if I'm not mistaken, for their first pick coming
Okay,
through.
I think I want to see a Thresh ban. Maybe not first, but
Ooh,
I think I want to see a Thresh ban,
volley.
and probably a Volibear. That Urgot ban, I think I understand. So the top laner, when I was doing my research, and I'm sure these guys have done their research as well, the top laner for red side this game, for Living Failures, has played an enormous amount of Urgot, and there's not much that counts as Urgot, to be fair. Goes even maybe, but yeah, there's nothing much that really can deal with an Urgot. So probably still a good ban. Take him off his comfort champ, force him onto something. But we saw him play a very capable Ornn. So there's the Volibear. And yeah, I wonder if we're going to see this Thresh go through or not. I think I want to see a Yuumi ban here
Yeah,
on the red side.
I would also probably agree with you on that.
I mean, Ezreal is off the table, but Yuumi is still a pretty broken champion. You can pair it up with something like the Caitlyn, I think, um, potentially the Varus to keep him alive, and the poke.
The
So we're gonna
Ornn.
see an Ornn. Okay, so they'd rather play against Thresh than against Ornn, or they might be
Pick the.
saying,
Oh, maybe.
we're not afraid to pick that Thresh.
Yeah, could possibly pick the Thresh. I think this
So
is going to be a
and
Yuumi.
there's the
Yeah,
Yuumi
I was
ban.
just about to say.
I'm happy with that. I don't think they need to pick the Thresh though.
I don't
I
know. His
mean,
roams are really good, and he did set up
actually,
that
yeah,
gank in the top lane.
yeah.
I think they might pick it, but I'm not too sure if they're confident on playing it. Um, I'm not too
They're
sure if there's other priorities in at the moment. I mean, there is the Diana pick still. Yeah, they are waiting right
yeah,
to
I
the
wouldn't see.
end.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see them pick the Diana in the first pick. I'm a
First pick,
little
yeah.
bit surprised by the Caitlyn. I mean, I wonder if Snoopy will just resort back to the Ashe,
There's the Diana
and okay,
once
priority
again.
given to the Diana, and they're saying, you know, I
Yeah,
snowballed last game. What you gonna do?
here
And
comes
we
the
just see
Maokai.
him, the top laner, fall back onto another tank. Maokai is pretty safe.
Oh, will we
Sin
see
should be
the
safe.
Sims?
I don't know if we'll see Sin. Just a lot of AP. I think it will be the Maokai locked in. Yeah, yeah. So a pretty decent ulti for the team fights. Very good at locking a single champion down. Caitlyn's going to be difficult for Caitlyn to get away from him. If they do end up someone like an assassin again, like last game, the Maokai can also shut that down quite nicely with all his CC. So let's see. Okay, we're going to see the little Yordle in the top lane together with Trundle.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it could be Poppy support and the Ashe, and I'm not surprised by that. Yeah, so I mean, Trundle, we know Trundle is a fairly decent answer into the tanks, but I don't think it's going to be Trundle in the top lane. I think it might be Trundle in the jungle. I think it's Poppy in the top lane, and Poppy has a pretty free time against these tanks as well. I wonder if they'd consider that assassin Poppy that we saw a couple weeks ago.
The lethality build that we saw. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
look,
my
I don't
god.
think
I
it
don't
would
think
come
so.
through. There's the
No,
Thresh ban actually, which
no,
is
that
not
makes sense.
surprising, and
Yeah.
there's the Echo once again, which is a counter to Diana. So that also definitely makes sense. Morgana coming through, which is a little
Um,
bit strange, seeing as we didn't see much priority on her last game, but I think it might just
yeah.
be for that
And usually you want
Black
to ban
Shield.
Morgana if you play Thresh, which for me maybe implies that they might want to then pick something like a Nautilus
Or Leona is a possibility
or
as
Leona,
well.
yeah.
Um,
So
Trying to think
who
of
does
other
blue
hard
side ban?
engages.
Do they ban?
Nautilus, no. Oh!
That is the Nautilus. Yeah, yeah. That's
Did get it right.
that Morgana ban was sort of suggesting a Nautilus pick.
So I'm gonna think a Leona pick here to combo with that ult. Okay, we do see the jungle Jarvan rather.
Well, I
Leaving
mean,
the support kind of for the last pick, which is a little surprising, unless the Maokai is going support, but I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so. No, I think he's in the top lane. Jarvan's not a bad
Sit
pick. I
as a
think they
support.
just, yeah, no, I think blue side, living failures are just waiting to see, do they need another tank? Do they need more engage? They have a lot of engage, or can they afford to go for something with the sustains? Maybe a little bit of maybe something like a Karma, maybe something like a Lulu, or even a Soraka. I think that can work. And you might need that sustain against the Janna. You know, she's going to be permanently knocking you up with those tornadoes. Such an annoying champion to deal with. Wow. Okay.
I actually really
Vel'Koz.
appreciate this Yana pick coming out here.
Yeah.
Um, it's great disengage for the for the Diana. If she comes
Diana.
in, you can ulti away. Same thing for the Jarvan, interrupt that knockup. If they do pick the Leona, they can also get that knockup with regards to the tornado coming through and kind of stopping. Oh,
Nah.
there is the
Yeah.
poke, the
I thought it was going to be something
poke
like the Karma or the
response.
Lulu.
But
Yeah, this makes sense. But yeah, oh man, I said this last game and I was so wrong. It was such a boring matchup. But Vel'Koz Diana, I'm actually a Vel'Koz and Diana main. I've played both sides of this match. Vel'Koz definitely should win it in the early game specifically. And also, you know, he does it. But you know, Diana, it's all gonna be on her about navigating that E from the Vel'Koz, that knock-up, because
mm,
Vel'Koz is gonna want to hang on to that for when the Diana dives in, specifically with that ulti. But you know, Vel'Koz has great farm at a distance. You know, if he does get put behind, he can still farm at from a great distance with his Q. If he can build pressure in the beginning, he can poke that Diana down with that Q, with that W. You know, he's got the knock up for potential gank. And yeah, it might seem like a silly pick, you know, picking someone squishy like a Vel'Koz into a Diana, but this is one of the assassins that Vel'Koz can actually deal with quite well.
no, there's definitely quite a lot of engage once again on both teams. I mean, the knock into the wall by the Poppy, but definitely kind of giving the team fights to GGLiving failures, if I'm not mistaken.
Red side.
Yeah, red side, just
Yeah.
for the Jarvan into the Maokai kind of thing. Karma to give that shielding. Diana, if Diana jumps in there with the Jarvan, they definitely can get 3 or maybe 4 man ultis. Set up the plays with the Ashe arrow coming from downtown, providing that stun. But yeah, the Vel'Koz, if he doesn't get destroyed early or bursted down, definitely if he gets in the right position, that ulti could be quite devastating into like
Oh,
the
it does a lot of
Jarvan,
damage.
Diana
Yeah.
cataclysm and just sitting there and the Valkyr's ulti kind of coming across the whole team. There's definitely going to be something to watch out for. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, so you know, the other thing that I'm thinking here though is he's gonna have to play it very well, the Vel'Koz, the laning phase, because you know that Jarvan's definitely gonna look for a gank,
yeah.
especially if they can burn that flash. The moment that flash, if they can burn it early, well, the moment they burn it, I expect to see multiple ganks onto that Vel'Koz. Because yeah, I mean he is squishy and he has no way to get away other than a flash.
Oh yeah,
So
even there.
I think I want to see. I mean, we saw Loopy on the Volibear last game camp top lane. I think this game I want to see him camp that Vel'Koz in the mid lane. Get the Diana snowballing again.
Yeah, and I was just thinking with regards to that flash. I mean, even if the flash does come down or get taken away from the Vel'Koz, Diana is able to punish it once she gets level 6. So, yeah, I think just getting that flash down is going to create a lot of opportunity for the team. Um, the Poppy is quite a good pick into the Jarvan, does interrupt that EQ drag,
Yeah,
flag and
so what
drag.
I was gonna say is it's actually interesting that they went for the Jarvan despite seeing the Poppy, because the Poppy was picked before the Jarvan was picked. Because yeah, she can definitely interrupt that knockup, but you know, if she's not paying attention to that, she might also be trying to rather concentrate on interrupting the Diana's dash rather than the Jarvan's. In which case, yeah, the Jarvan could still land it, but yeah, you know, definitely, I think Loopy and his teammates on Living Failure saying that, you know, a little Poppy is not going to stop us from diving all in on you.
It's gonna be interesting to see if he can get the interrupt onto the Jarvan ulti as well. I think he might be able to if it's in just in between. Yeah, for everybody who's watching, we are going into game 2 of GGLiving Failures versus Team Nebula. We do have GGLiving Failures on the red side and Team Nebula on blue side. They did get the first pick. Yeah, we're just going into masteries and ruins to see anything that might be out of the ordinary. We do see a comet coming off from the Janna and not the Airy that we used to. Heal once again on the Caitlyn. Ignite actually coming out on the Janna. Other than that, nothing. Nothing really out of the blue. I mean, there is the electrocute on the Jarvan, which we do sometimes see a Conqueror. So it does mean he is going to be more bursty than looking for those long, elongated team fights. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
look, he wants to burst that Vel'Koz down. He wants to burst that Janna, that Caitlyn. He wants to burst them down. I don't think he minds if he drops after he's managed to do that, because he knows Diana, Ashe, you know, they'll have more than enough damage to clean up the rest of the team fight, as long as he can just set them up for success. And, you know, he doesn't have to be tank. You know, the Jarvan doesn't have to be tank. They have that Maokai who's just going to go full tank.
yeah, I was just about to say it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to rush the Triforce, followed by that Black Cleaver for that burst. I wonder if
Or
he might
probably
get a
Black Cleaver first.
lethality item. I doubt it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just going to go kind of full attack damage and then, yeah, have that Maokai go just full tank and be that front line that they need.
Yeah, and a heal on the Vel'Koz in the mid lane. So yeah, look, it's a tricky one. So the heal is nice because it gives you that movement speed boost. So you know, if you sort of back yourself to have some decent dodging skills, if you see the Jarvan knockup come through, you can use the heal to give you that little boost to dodge and hopefully not burn the flash. But if I was in that situation, I probably would take the barrier, to be honest, just for the extra sort of tankiness. But let's see if they can make it work. Like I say, I really expect to see this mid lane Vel'Koz being camped.
Let's see what's happening. Does kind of look like a five-man setup coming from the red team. Just across this line, kind of making a wall of defense. We don't really see any pings, and it looks like it's going to be a response from the blue side. Mid
Mid
laners
laners
are
see
going to
each other,
spot each other, yeah. See each other and automatically run away.
and Trundle sees the
And the
Jarvan. Jarvan
Jarvan does
wards.
see
He
the
sees the
Trundle,
Trundle.
yeah. Ward coming in both river bushes, besides that one.
So Trundle is resetting. Not Trundle. Jarvan's resetting. You know, he's put his ward
Probably
down.
get
It
that.
luckily didn't get knocked down.
Yep,
Yeah, he's gonna go get that Scryers. Yes, so he's
he
got
does.
that.
No, nothing
And
really
out of
too
the ordinary.
crazy. Yeah,
No.
too crazy in the level ones.
Trundle coming down to his red buff. I think we're going to
Jarvan
see
going to
Jarvan
the
take his
red.
red as
Yeah.
well. So I wonder if
Which
we're going to see a level 2 gang from the Jarvan onto that Vel'Koz.
onto the Vel'Koz or onto the
Mm.
puppy? There is
Oh,
the
that's a
ward,
great ward. That is a great ward.
but
So
he does
remember
have
last night we were
this.
talking about ward placement, and you know we saw the other team put it a bit deeper. This
Yes.
is where I like to ward, and I think as someone like Vel'Koz, this
Okay.
is an imperative ward. At this stage in the game, because the level 2 gang from the Jarvan is definitely on the table, and if you die that early, he doesn't have TP, I think his lane is just lost.
hard leash by the bot lane. Similar leash by the top lane. As you can see, Maokai is going to be late to lane. I wonder if he's gonna miss out on any of that CS.
Ooh, 2 CS missed in the middle
One CS
by
missed on the top,
Vel'Koz.
but he is in range for the XP, so he does get the XP, he just doesn't get the gold. But yeah, very interesting there. He was almost in range to get the smash into the ground to get that Q. Jarvan's coming for the gank in the mid
Ooh, he's
lane.
coming. There's this level 2 gank.
Yeah,
I like this. Oh, they think it might be warded. It's not. They're gonna know it's not. I think his spider senses are tingling though.
Trundle is here.
This should be a flash
Does
burn.
land it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and there it
flash
is.
coming out from the Vel'Koz. Oh, the turnaround possibly. No, the damage is quite a bit. Trundle is here in the wings. They are waiting, but yeah, he just decides to walk out from that.
Look, the thing counting in Vel'Koz's favor is at least he's getting pushed in. So he should be able to pick up all of his farm.
Oh,
we have a DC.
Gotta disconnect, guys. We gotta disconnect. Ashe looks like she is back. Very quick. We were experiencing some issues with LoL earlier. Yeah, just the game kind of not registering, so it might be similar. I'm surprised they don't. I would like the Jarvan to come down for this lane gank in the bottom, but I mean, if he does miss it, he is going to be set back quite a bit. I wonder. Oh yeah, I can change this. While we're doing that, let me get this in order for you guys so that you can see the respective CS. Yeah, like I mentioned, we do have a CS lead on the Trundle. Small one on the Diana already, a large one on Caitlyn. But that might be because of that DC. And yeah, unfortunately we just gotta wait, see what comes from it, see how long it is. Let me know what you guys think. I think there is a chat saying, let me just check here. Busy complaining about South African internet as usual.
We've all been there.
Yeah, let me know what you guys think with regards to this game. Do you think GGLiving Failures is going to be able to take the second game in the series, if I'm not mistaken? I think I am right. Yeah, what are your guys' predictions? How do you think this is going to turn out? I mean, we did see that level 2 gang coming in the bot lane, and we are bad.
In the mid lane.
In the mid lane, sorry.
And flash burn on that Vel'Koz. And like I say, now that that's down.
Tornado lands on the Ashe. She does get the slow, but oh, we do see the Diana coming for the roam. So instead of the Jarvan gank, we do have a Diana gank. Misses the ward. I did get a lag spike. She does go from the tri-bush. Oh, the tornado does hit. The ignite. The heal comes through. Here comes the Diana with the Jarvan. Ooh, where are they going to go? Are they going to be able to ignite coming out on the Caitlyn? Are they going to waste the flash? She doesn't. She flashes, but in the wrong direction, which is strange. They're going to... Oh, get the double kill onto the Diana. And almost get the kill into the Ashe. Caitlyn did flash, but I'm not too sure why. I think she was trying to miss that flag and drag. We might go back and see that, but we do see push in the mid lane.
I tell you what, if I'm Vel'Koz right now, I am swearing at my bot lane for giving this double buff to Diana. Oh my god, this is going to be so oppressive for this Vel'Koz that doesn't have a flash.
Ooh, we do see movement in the top, but nothing's going to come from that. Oh, wait, here we go, in the top lane. We do have a fight. No mana on
We have a lag spike.
Yeah, and a lag spike. We do have no mana on the Maokai. He does get the sapling. The pillar does come out, but it's not close enough. Flash onto the Trundle, but he does get the Q back, and he does get the kill. The Trundle secures it. Great pillar, but yeah, I have to use that flash. Here comes the Diana.
Diana on a bit of a roam.
Oh, she's going into the jungle.
She can kill this Trundle. Karma's roaming.
Going.
Oh my goodness, everyone is just all over this map.
She's gonna wait for this blast cone. Is it gonna be a little late? She is waiting for the karma to come through. No, she does go around the backside. Sees
Oh,
the Trundle, EQ onto the Trundle,
he has no
smite
flash.
onto the
Yeah,
Grump.
well played.
Will he get a flash just to secure that kill? And yeah, great
Well played.
roam coming out from the Diana once again.
I don't know what this Karma is doing here though. I think she needs to go help her Ashe. Her Ashe is getting pushed on the turret.
Supporting.
Or they want to gank this Vel'Koz.
Ooh, no, I don't think he's gonna fall for it. I think he knows something up. Trap comes down onto the Ashe as well as the Tornado, which is a little bad. In the mid lane, the Jarvan does get slowed and decides to turn around. Yeah, nothing really coming from that. Go back to the bot lane. This Ashe is getting pushed in. Oh, Diana does engage onto the Vel'Koz, but turns it around. Does miss that.
Yeah, but she missed the Q, so she's not gonna have the reset on that E.
Oof, turret plate going down in the bot lane to this Caitlyn and Janna. Here comes the Tornado once again. Can it get... Nope, it doesn't land on the Ashe. I think that's the first one that she's dodged.
And yeah, this game is still pretty close. We see a small gold advantage to the blue side despite being down a kill. Fear Flicky is actually saying, we actually watched him play last night. He's actually saying that he thinks Nebula might have just had a bad game one. So I suppose that means he thinks Nebula can definitely still pull this out. And yeah, I mean, this game is still anyone's. It's definitely still up for grabs.
In the bot lane, Tornado does almost hit, but she has to flash away from that.
She had her flash.
I did see. Just catch the end of that.
She was definitely dead.
And this bot lane is getting punished.
Yeah.
46 to 29 CS. Here comes the Diana once again. Oh, Tornado hits the Ashe again. Oh no, we do see the Diana going in the bot in the mid lane.
I think
she's
we're
going
see
for
a
own
Vel'Koz.
gank.
Oh, she missed the Q.
Oh, misses the Q. Does go on for the dash, but then she just does the damage and does get hit by the slow. He's gonna turn it around. The pillar comes through. Great ulti from the Diana, but great pillar coming through onto that Trundle.
Good gank there from the Trundle, and yeah, I think a bit of an overstay there. When she missed that first Q and couldn't all in, I think she should have just backed off. And that definitely eases things up for Vel'Koz. His flash will be up soon. He still has the heal. He has this blue buff. They can push this wave in. Might even take a plate or two. Yeah, no, I'm actually seeing the lead extending here for the blue team, for Nebula. Oh, Jarvan being such a nice guy and holding the wave here for the Diana. What a nice guy. Anyone watching at home, if you want to make your mid laner happy or any of your other laners happy, that's the way to do it. I'll tell you right there. Most junglers would just take that farm. So good guy Loopy on the Jarvan.
Lane tax, baby, lane tax.
Ain't no such thing. This is South Africa, bro. Nobody pays tax.
There's tax on everything.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
We do see a continuous push in the bot lane. Still about a 20 CS. About a little bit more. And yeah, kind of buffs resetting. Jarvan is trying to come for the gank, but he does get spotted out by this ward. They do have the Ashe.
Jarvan wants to take Drake, I think.
Hawkshot, that's what it's called, for everybody who's watching.
And I don't know that there's going to be much priority around this Drake, actually.
I don't think they're going to force it. I think they just necessarily is going to... If it's up and they get the advantage... Ooh, do you see the team coming around the back?
The Ashe is very far from her team. She does have an ulti.
Trundle does spot them and puts down the pillar to kind of stop them and slow them completely. Does get the
Diana and Vel'Koz in the jungle.
Yes, does land the E, does land the ulti, flash away. Oh, can she get the heal? Does come out the slow. The Jarvan goes in, but he does dodge the tornado. If the pillar comes out, it might get it. Does land. Oh, flash over. Yes, to get away from that. Pillar comes down on the Karma, which is a great. Slow comes out. She's trying, but she's gonna take that blast cone.
Oh, somebody got
ulti onto the Caitlyn. Oh, no one takes it. The Jarvan saying, I got this.
Oh, people are heartless, man. I definitely would have had my heart in my throat right there.
We do see the Cloud Drake being started. Knock into the wall by the Poppy, and then she just runs away from that and back to the Drake.
Tank wars, nobody gives a damn about top.
Everybody cares about tank wars.
we'll go top lane if there's still laning phase like 40 minutes into the game.
Okay, we can
Yeah,
see.
Diana actually showing some nerves there. I think she really should have killed the Vel'Koz at the beginning of that fight that we had in the jungle there, but she was too late on
On
her
the
E,
flash.
which meant that her ulti's damage didn't come through.
I think it was just a great time flash from the Vel'Koz, making sure that he got out of that ulti range.
Yeah.
Oh, in the top lane, continuous back and
Bruh,
forth.
what do you want to
Poppy does
see
pick
happen
up
in the top
the
lane?
the shield. Yeah, you say that until the kill comes down. Then I have to rewind. You know.
Once. If that happens once this game, maybe.
Bot
Just
lane
watching
is
this top lane, this mid lane and this
still... Oh,
bot
the
lane.
leader's actually going more to this Caitlyn now. She does pick up the cull.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised.
Yeah, actually, I thought she wanted that kill pressure. We do see Trundle in the top lane kind of hovering there,
Oh,
but nothing.
that must have been an early buy, because she's sitting on like 2,500 gold. I
Yeah,
really
she's
actually want
about
to see her go back so that she
30
can
CS.
get that BH sword item. Probably also get some boots so she can dodge some of this poke from the Ashe and the
Nice
Karma.
headshot.
Because, yeah, at the moment she
Ooh.
can't really take advantage of the lead that she has. Yeah, a bit of an engage, but nothing will come of it.
Yeah, binding coming up from the Karma, but we do
I
see
think
Jarvan
Caitlyn's
just
going
kind
to
of sitting
reset.
in the jungle. I
Yeah,
think
I
he's
want to
going to
see
come for
Jarvan
this
gank
gank.
this Vel'Koz. Yeah,
He
we
is
know
going
Vel'Koz has no
in
flash.
to it. Here he comes.
Oh, good
He
dodge,
does get
but
the
the
slow
TP
dodge
dead.
coming out. Dash ulti coming out, and that's a dead Vel'Koz.
Yeah,
Great,
it's
great
taken
kill onto the Diana.
about
Ooh.
11 minutes too long for that to come through. Yeah, to be fair, look, I mean, they did have that flash that they burned very early in the game. They weren't able to take advantage. There's a teleport
TP in
from
the
Vayne
bot lane,
bot
double
lane.
TP in the bot lane. Here comes the Poppy through, but the Diana's not going to be able to do anything. They just
Maokai's
run
also
away.
And
Maokai
this
joins
is
very late.
pointless. Yeah,
And
it's a
yeah,
wasted
that's
TP.
the end
He
of
should have just
that.
stayed top and got some farm. Maybe got a turret plate. I think
Yeah,
that
I'm
was a
not too
panic
sure why
TP.
it came through. Like you say, I think, yeah, a little bit
No,
of
we've all
nerves
been
coming
there.
out in this game too.
When your teammate shouts, TP, 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 and, they haven't really given it much thought. Trundle is trying to take this Rift Herald, but Jarvan is coming across.
Oh, he does go straight in. Does hit
I
it.
think Trundle has to back off.
He does take the damage from the Rift Herald though, so yeah, the Jarvan is actually taking it,
Vel'Koz
but here comes the Maokai IT coming from the back.
Yeah,
Vel'Koz
and
does
I
get the
think
knock up
Remy
onto
can
the
secure
Diana,
this.
and will
Oh!
the smite come through? The smite early from the Trundle. Maokai does go into the Trundle. The pillar comes out. Ooh, is this too far for the Maokai? Knock into the wall by the Poppy. Ulti by the Jarvan, but he misses the flag and drag, unfortunately, flash out from there. Link onto the Vel'Koz. He does get pass over the kill to that
Trundle versus
Diana.
Maokai!
Oh, the Sunfire Cape, I think it is, brings it
Fight
through.
Maokai next to Brush. He's gonna put that little sapling in there. It's gonna grow and do damage. Oh, that was, yeah. Look, Trundle is an anti-tank. You still gotta, play your environment. But very close,
We do
very close
see
fight.
pushing
And
in the
still a
bot lane,
1,000.
yeah.
After all of that, still 1,000 gold lead for Nebula on the blue side. So definitely, this is not GG by any means, but Diana's starting to get some kills.
Oh, that poke damage onto the Ashe, and she walks forward into the trap.
Ouch, that feels bad. What did the Caitlyn buy?
Be a sword and boots, like you predicted with her attack speed. Dagger.
Well, I mean, what other boots is she gonna buy?
No, the dagger. She got an extra dagger for the extra attack speed. They do
That's
get
3
another
turret
plate,
plates.
And we kind
Nice
of
body block from the Karma.
onto the Caitlyn ulti. Yes, firing the
There's
hole.
about a 1,500 gold lead coming just out of this bot lane.
Push in the bot lane coming out.
Vel'Koz is rotating
So is the
towards
Jarvan,
bot.
yeah. Does ward over the
Diana's
ward to
also
spot
coming
that.
around. Diana has a flash and her ulti.
Ooh, another plate goes down. Ulti comes down from the Ashe and does land onto the Janna, but there is no follow-up, unfortunately. So they are going to get this turret.
It was odd. I want to see them drop Rift Herald in the mid lane here, side. Yeah,
Ooh,
here
pressure.
we go. This is good. If you can take mid turret, this is really going to open up the map for you. It's going to allow this Diana to roam around even more.
Vel'Koz is here. Does
Do you
land
have to
the
one or
Q.
two more hits? Yeah, here we go. Okay.
They do get
Well
that.
played. But gold
Unfortunately.
advantage still to the blue side because they took the first turret.
Ooh, fight in the top lane.
No
Tank versus
one
tank.
cares.
Ooh, they're fighting.
No
they're
one
going
cares.
at it. Q comes down on the puppy, and they decide to run away.
Can you please control yourself?
Coming back to this Drake, but yeah,
You don't
unfortunately,
chop down a tree with a hammer, bruh. Have you ever chopped down a tree with a hammer?
yes, you do it
It ain't
very
gonna do
slowly,
nothing.
very, very slowly coming out there. But oh, there's another fight in the top lane. I'm watching that. No mana coming down, but they are taking this
Fight
Drake.
around Drake. Drake did reset, but
A
they
little bit.
it's reset
It's
again.
resetting more. Oh, Maokai
Oh,
doesn't
trying
get
to
the
steal
steal.
the ulti. But he can't. Good
Smite
smite
coming
there, good
through, keeping
composure.
his calm all the way through that. Yeah, I was just fighting the top lane. He's on
Oh god.
5,000
Bot
health.
lane, bot lane, bot lane, bot lane.
Down in the bot lane. Arsenal
Phase.
coming through onto the Karma.
Oh, Karma doing her role
Karma
perfectly, protecting her
protecting.
ADC, and yeah, Ashe is having a pretty torrid time
Yeah, she's
this game.
definitely
She had a
struggling
very
this
good
game.
game in the first lane, in the first game, and
In the first lane.
yeah, in the first lane. I think this Caitlyn pick is actually punishing this Ashe. This is his most played ADC by far.
We do
So
see.
we'll see the Caitlyn, yeah. So we'll see if they get punished. They did ban her when they were blue side last game. Living Failers did ban the Caitlyn away from a little tilted ADC, but giving him Caitlyn this game, and looks like might have been the wrong choice. But you know, still early games. Caitlyn still needs a couple of items before she really starts to carry.
Diana stepping a little bit too forward. Goes on to the Caitlyn. Does use her ulti, but decides to run away. Yeah, I think that is the right decision. Although she did use the ulti, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think if she
3v2.
stuck around,
Janna
she
had
would
her
have.
ulti. Yeah, I don't think she would have got a kill anyway. Maybe a bit of a wasted ulti, but that ulti doesn't have the longest cooldown.
Trundle is going onto the
caught.
Karma, flash over to the wall. I'm not too sure if, well, possibly the collapse was coming in from the mid lane. So there was that.
Sometimes rather be safe than sorry. I
Jarvan going
suppose you don't want to give it.
top, and the
And
Trundle
also,
answering, yeah, but we
they
don't.
can get this
Ooh,
kill
here
if
they
there's
go.
two of them. No
Does
flash on the Maokai.
get the slow a W onto the Maokai, which is
He
great.
has so
OT
much
used to
CC.
just run away. Does land on the puppy, but I mean, there's not much from that. They are leaving the Ashe in the bot lane to try and catch up on that CS. She's
We might have a lane
30,
swap here.
40, 50 CS behind. Sure,
Yo, quick
maths. Got it eventually, but oh, in
You
the
would have
mid
got it
lane.
eventually if you said every number that exists as well, so that's not saying much.
Oh, we do see this waiting in the wings here, just
Ashe
what
getting
a fight.
some free time on this turret in the bot lane. She's going to be... Unfortunately, no plates left, though, because,
Yeah.
you know, we're already 17.5 minutes into the game. But this is going to feel nice for the Ashe, because she was, and still is, very far behind the Caitlyn. She doesn't want to lane against this Caitlyn that has a 2,000 gold lead on her.
Ooh.
Are you oohing about top lane?
No, I'm in the bot lane now,
Okay.
watching your beloved Vel'Koz do a Q every
My
now and then.
beloved
Ooh, here we go.
Diane is
In
gonna
the
kill
top
my
lane,
beloved
Jarvan
Vel'Koz.
against Trundle. They're pushing in, but no, he just decides to back off. Does put the slow. Oh shit, bot lane.
Clutch.
Misses
dodge
the arrow.
there.
Yeah, I saw the arrow miss. Ooh, here comes the tower dive in the bot
Nothing is
lane.
gonna happen,
In the top
yeah.
lane, they are attacking, but
It's all
doesn't
about
seem
this
like it.
bot
The slow
lane.
comes down. Karma
Vel'Koz
just
is not
decides to
getting
run
away.
past the creeps. He does get the knock up. There
Oh
goes
my
the Dyna
goodness.
into the tower, but they do get the kill. In the top lane, we are back here with this.
They made it work.
Trap does land on the Jarvan to get that headshot, and the 90 caliber net does miss, so she doesn't get the repeat headshot, but she does land the Q after.
They just
Jarvan's just
move
checking
on
this.
to the Rift Herald.
Yeah.
And you know, honestly, Jarvan, I don't think you need to try and steal this, to be honest, because if you go in, you are going to die.
He wants to.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
A
Just
little
please
fun
don't do it.
fact for all our streamers watching out there. I did not know that Rift Arrow does more damage the later on in the game that it goes. So if you take it just before Baron spawns at, I think it's 19 minutes and 50 seconds, then it will do the most damage, because it's based on the level of the champions in the Rift. So, quite interesting, yeah. Let me know if you knew that.
So are you encouraging people to wait as long as possible to take Rift Herald?
No, I would definitely say take the first one early on to get that advantage, and then I wouldn't say leave it, but if you have the advantage, you might as well take it. But definitely try not skip the second one before the Baron buff.
The red side setting up for Drake here. They've got vision from the scuttle.
Oh, we do see the Caitlyn pick up red. Ooh, trap on the in the river here, but nothing's coming. We do have flash on all of the members except Karma on the red side, and just Vel'Koz missing his on the blue side.
Yeah.
Heal, not really here,
Poppy's in
but
the top lane, but she does have
TP.
TP, and I think this was a bit of a optimistic. Oh, the fight in the mid lane.
I do see the ulti coming out. Great pillar, forcing the flash out of
TP
here comes the
coming in
TP
from
from the
the
Poppy. Ace in the hole coming on. The Karma does eat it up. They do hit the Rift Tower, but it does take the turret down. Tornado hits the Janna up.
Oh, that's gonna feel so
But
bad for red side.
I wonder if they. We see blue side moving to the Drake.
Yeah,
I
they
wonder
definitely
if
have
red is going
priority
to
on this.
compete against or compete this or contend it. We do see the Ashe moving here. They have started it. It is going down pretty quickly.
They have
but
no Maokai ulti,
yep,
and someone
it's
is
gonna
TPing
go
top.
down.
Maokai's TPing top. Yeah, no, I think that's not the end of the world.
Let
that go.
I'm not too sure if the TP top was a necessary play, but
no, I would have liked to see him hold on to that, because I don't think he's going to be able to take this turret.
Yeah, he's not the most quickest of person to take turrets. So
with Demolish, he's going to get close.
No, I don't think it's going to activate one again.
No,
so that's the problem.
I
mean,
again,
it's I mean, what he's going to get? I would say about a quarter left on this turret. Yeah, the puppy's going to arrive, and that's the end of that. And we have tank wars once again. Here we go. Oh, she misses the CS under the tower, but that's the end of that basically. Nothing more.
Okay, let's have a look at items quickly. So we saw Diana go Ludens into Zarya's last game, which made sense, to be able to Zarya's that.
Ooh, arrow coming down, does hit the Caitlyn, dash onto the into the Caitlyn, the Janna ulti doesn't hit them, a back flash with the link, but it does land. The slow also coming out. Oh, the active from the Hextech Protobot, that's the one coming through, but
that's actually what I was just about to say. Is we see the Protobot coming through from the Diana compared to the Zarya's in the last game.
She completed it first actually. Instead of the Ludens.
She has a lot of mobility already.
Trundle's trying for it, but just gets turned around.
And the Qs from Vel'Koz missed.
Maokai top lane. To take the tank wars. He does take quite a few turret shots, so that is going to put him pretty low.
Yeah, and he still has more than 1,000
health. We do see the red team
rotating up.
Walking through the jungle. Blast code over, but the puppy's on the wrong side. Now she's going after the Ashe flash over the wall. She's still there. They just forced the mana. Flash onto the Ashe, but she doesn't get the stun into it. Blast cone does stop the knockup. The turret hasn't gone down, but they do get the shutdown onto the Janna. Yeah, Caitlyn is doing the damage on the back. Almost kills it. The Jarvan flash comes out from the Maokai. Q to follow the Trundle to get the kill. Jarvan goes in to die. And the Q does land on the Maokai. Is he going to be able to get out? The ulti coming from the Vel'Koz does secure that kill. And it is a 3 for 2. No, 2 for 2. No, 1 for 2 on that fight. Thought there was a lot more action there. Just seemed... They are forcing the Baron here. They are starting it. Blue team's going for it. Ashe did spot it out with a hawk shot. Here comes the ward. Q comes out from the Karma. Diana does get stopped by the trap. Headshot coming through. Ashe does use the arrow onto the puppy. Can they secure this? They kind of backing off, but they're going into it. Karma's going for the Q. They are going to attack it. Is they going to see almost a steal from the Diana, but the smite does come down from the Trundle to secure that Baron. It does look like we're going to have a reset. So,
can you please quickly rewind and check at what health that Baron looked like? It was on like single or double digit health. I think it was an early smite.
There we go. I'm gonna keep it at normal time. I will try to see, as we see, we just kind of see like a poking coming out. Diana does get that headshot coming out from the Caitlyn. Let's see what this Baron does get down to eventually. Janna comes out for the heal. It's on 3,000 health at the moment. 2,015. 417, so it wasn't that low.
Oh, so he smited on. Is that when he smited?
Yeah, that's when he smited,
Okay,
so it wasn't
okay. No, good
too
smite
bad,
then.
yeah.
A bit
So
late. I mean,
that
he close to
Diana,
680.
yeah, the
But
Diana
Diana's
Q
Q
came
was never
through
gonna
on
reach
about
Trundle.
500, and
No,
it
but
did
her
do
Q
some
doesn't
damage.
reach.
I
Doesn't
think it did a
reach.
little damage, yeah. About 100 damage, and then the smite came out.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get back to real time over here.
Yeah, we have a push in the mid lane.
Yeah, I see them sieging. I don't want to miss any action for you guys. There is a little bit of a fight coming out. Trundle, Jarvan goes into the Caitlyn. She does use the Nightingale to get out. Ulti coming onto two members. Does kill the Janna. The Jarvan is just attacking this Caitlyn, and that's about that. Sonya's does come out from the Diana. Ashe arrow does come out onto the Trundle, but the Vel'Koz ulti deletes the Trundle. Caitlyn so low, the Maokai does get the kill on the Q. Poppy's coming in from the backside, but we do see the Maokai just tanking up this front line. Poppy does get the slam into the wall, onto the Ashe. Maokai is still alive, trying to kill this Trundle. Somehow he's still alive. He heals so much. Diana comes forward. Zanya comes out from the Vel'Koz to keep him alive. Does get the kill. Poppy is alive as... Oh man, the Maokai is still alive. Somehow Diana gets the blast cone to get away. Slow coming out. Can she dodge it? She does. And the Maokai is going to recall into the jungle here. He does actually take some aggro from the Grum, so he's not going to be able to. Getting that interrupt. Here comes the Janna. He does go onto her. This is an elongated fight. The sapling does come. Here comes Poppy once again. Oh, tank wars, and eventually does get the kill, but the Janna steals it. The Janna steals it. What a fight. Here we go. We do see red GGLiving failure starting this Drake up. Caitlyn is attacking it. Oh, almost gets the kill onto it, but the smite does come out.
These guys are playing with my nerves here, bro.
So we do have two Drakes to 2. Wow.
2 apiece. Okay, but the gold advantage still in favor of the blue team, despite being 3 kills down.
And securing the Baron.
Well,
yeah, that's what you mean. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, that was my mistake.
Yeah. But I mean, we have a 10-for-1 Diana on 3 items now. That's gonna cause a lot of problems for the Vel'Koz and the Janna and the Caitlyn.
That Maokai couldn't have gotten any lower.
Oh my goodness, that was so close.
I do want to bring you guys the replays, but I don't want to miss out on the live action at the moment, so I don't think much is really going to happen. We can possibly skip back to it.
Oh my goodness.
Once this game is concluded. What you oh my goodnessing about?
Fake news.
Fake news?
Fake news. Possible snowfall for Gauteng.
Okay, this is not the place.
I got an alert about snow, bro. Come on.
Let's look at items. We do have Infinity Edge and Razor Blade coming out for that Caitlyn. Blade of the Ring King with the Zeal coming out for the Ashe, which does make sense.
Razor Blade, Storm Razor.
Sorry.
I'm trying to think, what the hell is she doing with the Razor Blade?
Ardent Sensor for the Janna. Both of them have that chalice. We did see the Maokai very tanky with that Spirit Visage getting the heals. Poppy also has the Spirit Visage with the Sapphire Cape.
That grass. The thing is,
the grass as
he's
well.
Passive. It's probably proccing it there with his Q. Well, we can proc it, I suppose, and the grasp as well. He's just so difficult to take down without something like a Blade of the Ruined King.
We do see the Gargoyle Stoneplate coming out for the Jarvan, and not the...
Yeah, he had that in the last team fight, actually.
Yeah, no, he did. I'm just emphasizing it because we expected more of a attacking one, but I think with regards to those kills, he didn't really have the lead that he was expecting to have.
He doesn't have
to
that
build
much
those
potential.
items. Yeah. So definitely having to go for the tankiness rather, and we saw him chasing down the Caitlyn in that last fight, just ignoring everybody else and kind of going for her.
Well, she doesn't have Blade of the Ruined King, so it's going to be difficult for her to take him down.
Okay.
And she, she doesn't have all her crit items yet.
Yeah, she won't get Blade of the Ruined King. Caitlyn never goes.
She won't. No.
She'll go for next. She's gonna probably go for that rapid fire cannon. Yes, you're correct.
She wants that 100% crit, but that's the thing. Until she gets there,
Probably the Bloodthirster after that. We do see the 2 traps coming down here to secure it. I think they do know that the red team, yeah, the whole red team is kind of running around. Maokai sitting in the bot lane for more tank wars on the Puffy.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a stalemate now. I think both teams are a bit hesitant to push forward because you know both have the potential to win, but also to lose the next team fight. And if you lose it, that's Baron. So I understand the hesitation. Yeah, I want to see. Oh my God, are you running over a ward?
Hurricanes
Okay.
coming out for this Ashe. That's, yeah, right with that. Oh, the arrow does just miss onto the Caitlyn. She uses those quick maneuverabilities to get out of that way. And now she's laughing at the team,
Oh,
just
she's
taunting them.
Well, nobody can see her, so I don't know if it counts.
I definitely highlighted it, so.
Do taunts count if nobody sees them?
Yes.
I mean, isn't sort of the definition of a taunt the fact that
somebody has to see it?
Well, okay, maybe not the definition. Okay, I like this blue side. Stepping up, getting some ward control over the Baron. Oh, they're gonna start it. Okay.
Poppy's in the bot lane.
They won't be able to burst this
TP.
down. Jarvan will get here in time.
Diana's waiting. Common's not that healthy. Yeah, they do see. I'm guessing the Hawk shot is gonna come through to just make sure. Here comes the TP from the Maokai. Empowered Karma Q does come through. Diana goes in, but she doesn't get the ulti in time. She does use the dash, but not the ulti. The Janna kind of clutches that. Maokai uses his ulti, but nothing really happens. Karma's gonna absorb that once again. The Maokai couldn't get in the way. Poppy does knock him into the wall. The knockup does come through with the damage from the Vel'Koz, but just seems like they're gonna turn around. Yeah. We go back onto that Baron.
Yeah, they're going to turn back onto that Baron, and now there's no blast cone for the Diana
Karma
to
is
get
recalling, so I don't know what she's going to do. She does go back, Diana's back, so it looks like they're most likely either going to go for a steal or give this one up. There's the double pink ward for, yeah, here comes Diana with Home Seekers. She does go over, but they do kill the Jarvan. The Ashe arrow does come through. Here comes the Diana ulti. 3 does chunk the Caitlyn, but doesn't manage to get her. The Diana does fall. Oh, no, oh! Vel'Koz secures the Baron with his ulti, yeah.
This might be...
I think they're going to move down to
GG, but this
Drake.
is going to be...
Yeah, definitely a Drake.
A big spike for the blue team.
So yeah, we do see Firefly's predictions coming through correctly. I'm not going to say the Afrikaans version. I had enough abuse of that yesterday. So yeah, we do see them starting the Drake over here with Vel'Koz kind of pushing in the mid lane. And they will secure that one relatively easily. Poppy going into the bottom lane to push that out, and resets coming up.
Yeah, now they're probably going to siege down these outer turrets.
We do see the Jarvan coming for this response. She does get the demolish onto that tower. Smite coming out for the cannon creep to get that down quicker, but yeah, just decide to back off. And
the inner turret in the mid lane falls. Caitlyn's pushed that top lane in. The spot lane turret is not going to fall yet. Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh!
The bottom one.
Oh my word. 32 HP. Oh my goodness.
Caitlyn does get a rapid fire cannon with the executioners. Still holding on to that Torrent's blade. Adding that little bit of...
Can you please sell it and get
adding that
bloody pink ward?
She doesn't have... Oh, she has 1,000. So yeah, I'm surprised she didn't sell that. I know she did clear out that top wave, so I'm pretty sure some pink wards would definitely do better than a little Doran's blade at this moment. We do see a siege coming out. Oh, Hurricane's still there on the Ashe. She doesn't really have much. There's a 5,000 gold.
Oh my goodness, look at that damage.
Oh, the Vel'Koz ulti. Oh, forces the flash.
And the heal.
Maokai's here, just left alone. Ooh, Diana might be able to get a pick. She's waiting, but this cannon is just doing damage one shot at a time.
She's just dead.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
Do they know she's there?
No, they do not. Oh, here we go.
Caitlyn and
turret does go down.
Go,
ulti comes out onto the Vel'Koz. There we go.
Oh yes. Oh,
great. Oh, Janna. No, Diana misses her ulti onto the team because of that Janna ulti. The Karma Q does come out, but the Jarvan does look like it's full. Maokai's going onto the back line, does get the kill onto the
Leave
Vel'Koz.
the tree alone.
They're
Focus
attacking him.
something
Ashe
else.
is attacking the puppy, does get the
Oh my
kill.
god.
And Trundle is left alive by himself. Even with the Diana ulti missing, somehow GGLiving failures decide to turn this fight around and keep them in the game.
I think that was a bit of poor focus there from Nebula, focusing the tree. I mean, this is one beefy tree. Just leave the tree, guys. He's not gonna kill you.
He
He just
killed.
wants to be your friend.
Almost
And,
killed two last.
focus. You have to kill that Diana. You have to kill that Ashe. Even the Karma. I mean, all the shielding that she's providing to her team. Leave
There
the
goes
tree
the
alone.
turret. And now we're down to a 4,000 gold lead. There's the shield coming out from the Janna with the tornado. Does hit the team. Trundle puts up his pillar.
Red side needs to be careful not to be
Slow.
greedy here.
Here they go. Ace in the hole coming out. Here's the Maokai, which
I
doesn't
think
do
this
much.
is a
Slow
dead
coming
Maokai.
onto the Maokai. Tornado lands as
No,
well.
Diana.
He decides to turn around, go onto the Caitlyn, but she misses the ulti onto the Caitlyn, but does get the Janna. Does go onto the Caitlyn. Caitlyn shuts her down. Trundle is now being... Oh, here comes the TP from the puppy. Does get the kill onto the Karma. He does get the slow onto the Ashe. They're going for the blast cone. Oh, does get away. Who are they going to focus? They decide to go for the Ashe
Another
to see
blast
if they can... Oh, she does delay, but she will get spotted up by these creeps. She's going to heal up or attack, and I suppose they don't know which way she's running, so Trundle's going down the bottom, Vel'Koz going on the top, yeah. Deciding which way. There comes the Blade of the Ring King. She does use that
she's dead.
Hurricanes with the Q. She's still alive for quite a while and does quite a bit of damage, but she does die. Lucy, Poppy, and Caitlyn in the mid lane. Here comes that Maokai. With all the damage, Caitlyn just kind of attacking from range. Look how she's protecting herself with those traps. That's the one. The little cupcakes. But yeah, back away. Maokai does eat a cupcake just for the fun of it.
Hungry tree, bro.
Does look like
work.
We do have 40 seconds on that Drake coming through.
Ooh, we have a pause.
Ooh, and we got the pause.
Ooh, drama.
Ooh, time for us to talk about items quickly. What are we seeing coming out here? Knight's Vow coming out from the Jarvan. That's to, I'm guessing, to keep the Ashe alive. What item is that coming out from the Maokai? Giant Spout and the
Randuin's.
Probably, yeah. Ashe is working towards her Infinity Edge, it looks like it. Caitlyn has a QSS. She eventually did sell that Doran's Blade for the QSS. Janna does have the... what's this item called again? Mikhail's, as well as the Ardent Sensor. A Karma. Still on
I don't know if Caitlyn needed the QSS.
With the Mikhail's, yeah. Well,
the Mikhail's
I mean, the Janna could use the Mikhail's on the Vel'Koz if it does come to that.
But the Vel'Koz, yeah, he could. But Vel'Koz does also have Zhonya's.
Yeah. I mean, we do see 5 pink wards being picked up at least, so they are prioritizing
for
that
the blue
at least.
Side, yeah,
and 4 on the red side. So definitely, Ashe still sitting on a Doran's Blade, waiting for that moment to turn it into an Infinity Edge.
Okay, and we're back. But 39 or 30 odd seconds until this next Drake spawns, and it is sole point for the blue side.
Just realized Caitlyn is 2 creep kills away from that event horizon on the Ashe.
Flame Horizon, yeah.
Flame Horizon, sorry, that's the one. Can't miss here by herself. She is going in to clear that pink ward, but the Trundle scares her off. Jarvan's coming in, does get the tornado onto the Jarvan. Knock-up does come through, but the EQ animation allows him to go. Diana's coming on the back line. There are no wards to protect or see this, and she does use the Oracle's lens to...
Blastcone is there for her.
She's waiting. She is waiting. But there's the ward from the Janna on the backside. Ashe is kind of waiting in the wings here, but not in the right position for this team fight.
I think blue team know that Diana's somewhere. They're not sure where.
They did ward it out. Here comes Maokai from the backside. There's that pink ward to stop them. Here comes the pincer move. Maokai does go onto the Caitlyn. Oh my god, here comes the Ashe. Oh, the Caitlyn is gonna die. Dead. Great ulti from the Vel'Koz coming in. But not enough damage. Zhonya's does come through. There is the Maokai, Jarvan, and the Diana onto the Vel'Koz. But the Trundle does go. The shutdown coming down on the Vel'Koz. Trundle does get the kill, I think it is on the
Poppy is now
Jarvan.
too tanky as well.
Poppy's gonna get the kill onto the
Oh,
Diana,
no,
and then
we
she
got
gets
her.
it back on the quadra kill. Can she get the penta? She's attacking this Trundle. The Trundle's trying so hard, and they are going to get the penta kill. Oh, penta. The penta kill, and then they get the Drake.
This is why you take Conqueror. If she had Electrocute, she was dead early in that fight. Conqueror really coming through clutch there.
Yeah, with
for
those
the healing.
shields.
Maokai has to go and deal with those creeps in the base, but it should be fine.
There goes
And yeah, so we got to see a 7th Drake here.
Which team is going to be able to pick up this Infernal Soul is the question. Great fight coming out from the red team. They're using that pincer tactic. The Maokai on the backside does get that Caitlyn and lock her down
nice
for
play
the damage.
from the Diana. In combination, yeah, with the Maokai and the Jarvan. Jarvan setting it up quite nicely. But Janna's ultis have been quite good to do some sort of disengage. I haven't seen Diana land the ulti onto both Caitlyn and Vel'Koz and have damage come through.
There's normally a flash or a Janna ulti or something that prevents it every
Blue team
time.
are rotating top towards Baron, but Diana, although she's in the bot lane, she does have TP, so yeah, I don't think blue team should start this.
Ooh, Ashe did push
Ashe
out the
is
top lane,
resetting.
but yeah, recalling.
That's
I'm
such a
just
cool
going to check
recall.
with regards to goals. She does have 700, so she can complete that Infinity Edge, and there it is. Does get the pink ward. But we do see the blue team starting it and then running away. Jarvan coming.
Diana's
does
just
get the
waiting
slow.
for the TP.
Ooh, the knockback,
She's just
not
waiting
the
for the
pillar,
TP.
just not working. Where's she going to TP to, though? The only one she
That's-
has is in
Creeps in
there.
the top lane.
There, yeah, and in the Baron pit. I mean,
No,
that's
she
the
doesn't
only
want to go
place.
to that pit.
Or by the ward on the other side of red. Like, that's the only options that she has. So,
Yeah.
I'm not 100. I know you can TP onto Jarvan's spear. I'm not too sure if they are aware of that. So, that could be a play.
Oh, they tried to put the ward down for the
But they did spot
Diana,
it.
but
There's
it's
the
cleared out. Well
pink.
played. And so I need pinks. We only have one pink left.
Oh, the Hawk
Okay,
shot.
red team are just gonna
coming
move in.
out.
Yeah, I think just move in and clear out vision.
Diana's
Clear
just
out
waiting in the
Yep.
base.
Patiently
She's
waiting.
just staying
She's
here.
maxed, so she needs no more farm.
Oh,
She
here
can
comes
afford
the
to just wait.
Poppy. The saplings in this bush are stacking up.
Ooh,
Jarvan's gonna get caught out. Does get the pillar.
Yeah,
He's dead. I thought he was gonna stay alive. Ashe ulti comes out. The
I
TP
think
coming
it's
from the
GG.
Diana, but the Ashe is dead in time. She's on the wall, but there's nothing she can do. She's too far, and she doesn't have the flash to get over the wall. The Maokai is gonna die from that, and now
Yeah,
they just
need to
left
rush mid.
by
They
themselves.
just
They're
need to
gonna
rush
have
down
to
mid.
recall here, and what I would expect is actually Vel'Koz or someone to stay back and
Yeah, try
possibly
and,
stop, or the Janna
but they
with the
didn't know where
movement
they were.
speed.
They didn't know
But
they didn't know
yeah,
where
here
they
comes
were.
the Poppy kind of trying to take this tower down. Karma does use her Q to kind of hopefully get a little bit more poke. Tornado does come through to knock up the Karma.
First turret down.
Focusing on the turrets, and they do get it. The inhibitor does respawn though to stop them a little bit more. Spawners are coming up. Jarvan's on 7 seconds, and they do decide to back off. I wonder if they are going to focus. They do actually set a trap here, waiting for the standard to possibly come, but no.
Looks like they're just gonna try and take the Drake. Yeah, and if Jarvan shows, the Baron. If Jarvan shows here in the bot lane,
which he
there
is.
we go.
No, he's starting to go. Yep, here we go. We're going on the start. There is the ward there, but it is going to die, which it does now. There's the Hawk shot to see. Diana's gonna have to try. Here comes the TP in from the top lane. The pillar does come out, but the Baron already goes down.
Yeah,
I'm not quite too sure. Yeah, Diana was waiting on that blast cone, but she decided not to take it. And
I think she knew that she couldn't 1v5, and she didn't want to jump in and die.
But the Maokai TP was coming in, and she does have that Zanya's too.
Yeah.
Possibly keep her alive. I mean, the team was also coming for the collapse, so if she went in, possibly ultied and Zanya's, and then the team could possibly collapse on that. But yeah, I mean,
it's 1 minute coming out. Soul, but I don't know. Do blue teams just try and push with Baron, just push all the way down the mid lane? It looks like they want to set up for this Drake.
Yeah, we see Poppy in the top lane. She does not have a TP actually. No TPs from Diana or the Maokai, so it does look like she's either gonna have to run down or continue the push. We do see two people moving up that way. Ooh, Puppy running into the Maokai. She does use the movement speed from her W to get
Oh,
away.
if Jarvan gets caught here, it's
Here we go.
Jason
Oh, he
drags her away.
does. Yeah, does get away. Caitlyn's setting up the traps for this siege. I actually would like to see those traps coming across the mouth of this opening over here, just by the end of that bush, but it is a little bit easier because they can run in between. Here comes the headshot onto the Jarvan. Oh,
Look at the
that
Q
damage. The Q damage
from the
coming onto the Ashe.
Vel'Koz.
The Ashe does ulti onto the
Oh my
Caitlyn. She
goodness,
does use
she's
the
gonna
Q
die.
assist,
See?
and she
And
does
it's
get another
Soul.
Q. She's still
That's
alive,
all.
but they do
Just
get
like
soul,
that.
yeah.
Diana's
Really
chasing
quickly.
down the Vel'Koz, but I don't think this is a good move. I think she's dead. I don't think
Almost,
she can
she
get away.
decides to run away,
She
but I
can't.
don't think she can.
She's
Yeah,
dead, and I think
flash,
this is.
slow coming out
I
from the
think this is
Janna.
game
She turns
over.
it around, but the tornado interrupts the dash. Great tornado coming out from the Janna, and I think they're just gonna push this bot lane, take the inhibitor, while Ashe kind of deals with those enlarged minions in the middle. Actually, Ashe is just ignoring them. Oh, there she goes, turns around. She goes to get that. Maokai's trying to protect the top lane still against that puppy. Tank wars till the end.
Yeah, I'm trying to solo this inhibitor.
Here we go. Yeah, Yana is doing the damage over here. They do get that, and
Yeah, Trundle's bringing the
I
creeps.
kind of, yeah,
They can. I think they can finish if they just group as 5, or well, as long as the tank stays top. If Maokai stays top,
I think
and the
yeah.
other 4.
Oh. Yeah, they are
15
pushing it.
seconds on
They're
the Diana
creating
Soul.
it.
I think they can finish.
Yeah, they go. Yeah, such a huge wave of creeps coming in with that mega creep. There's the damage onto the tower from the
Jarvan
Caitlyn.
wants that Caitlyn.
Jarvan goes in, ulti onto the Caitlyn. She does get
But they don't have
stunned.
the damage without the Diana.
Here comes the Maokai onto the Caitlyn. Jarvan does fall though. Here comes the
Diana
Vel'Koz
just-
onto
Oh,
the Maokai. Does
Diana
get the
got
kill onto the.
saved by the-
Oh!
Yeah.
And this is gonna be game.
So we have a game 3. ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen.
What a series coming out once again. Vier Flicky definitely calling the shots and saying that Team Nebula did have a bit of a tough game 1 and now coming through for that game 2.
Yo, I need water, man. My throat is.
Yeah, we are seeing
destroyed.
the next game being created. You may go get water.
Thank
You have my permission. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody sticking around. We do have a great series coming out. And yeah, stick around for this game 3. We're going to find out what is going to happen. Looks like the teams are setting up for their third game. And yeah, we're just gonna basically wait around, see. Let's look in terms of items. We did have I know we had the Diana was maxed. Karma was close there, but where's this gold lead coming up from the Diana and the Caitlyn? So those two definitely trying to carry the game. 19 and 4 on this Diana. That pentakill coming in clutch at that one point, but still not good enough for the win, unfortunately. Yeah, just a great performance from the Diana. Unfortunately, this Jarvan, not too much. 0 and 8. Not kind of really performing like he expected, I'm guessing. Definitely not the best with that electrocute. I didn't think he was planning for that game to go that way. But we definitely see the Vel'Koz coming in clutch, 250 CS, 15,000 gold. Second on that team of the blue side. And yeah, second in the game actually. Or third behind the Caitlyn. Yeah, great game once again. We are just waiting for a the third game to be created over here. There might be a little bit of a break, but just waiting for that invite. For everybody who's watching, thank you guys once again. If you haven't already, hit that follow button to get notifications on all the VS Gaming League action and insights here on my channel. What do you guys think of the game so far. How have you been enjoying it? Let us know in the chat. Send us a message. Just send us a hi, a thumbs up, anything to get some answers. And yeah, let us know what you guys are thinking. What do you think is going to happen for this last game? Who do you think is going to be able to clutch it? I know Firefly did say that Team Nebula did have a rough first game and definitely brought it back in that second game. So will they be able to clutch the reverse sweep here in this third game? Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see basically. Whew. So yeah, I will be back in about 2 minutes. I think Chicken Boy has arrived once again. It does look like we are going into this third game. Let me just invite. Oh, oh, oh. Wait. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh man. Oh, here it
You sort
comes.
out your life is.
I'm busy inviting you. That's what it's sorting out.
Oh,
Oh.
but now I need to. Okay, must I just quit?
No, you can't quit because then you can't join. We need anti-tankers, I think it is, to quit.
No, the Donger
Oh,
squad.
the DongerSquad. I wonder who's going to give that. I'm not too sure if they are going to change. Oh, there we go. He does eventually leave. Let me edit this and update you guys. This is a game 3 in this series. The action that we wanted. This is how we want every game to go, bringing you guys all the action. We do see a game 3 coming out. And we do have a be right back in 4 minutes.
Needs to fix what?
I'm not too sure. MS.
Movement speed.
I'm not too sure exactly what that is coming out. So yeah, we do have a bit of a break here. So I will be back. I am leaving you in the safe hands. Well, hands. I'll put you in the hands
Well,
of Chicken Boy,
potentially worse.
and we shall see. Thank you so much for everyone who is watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you are, send me a thumbs up in the chat and let us know what more you would like to see from us. Send us your recommendations so we can make this stream better for you guys.
Well, I think we all know the first way to make it better is by getting him to shut up. It's not as funny when he's not here. Yeah, that was an intense game. But I think Team Nebula managed to maintain the advantage through most of that game. They always, even when they were down on kills and didn't have the kill lead, they were always up in gold. And typically, I mean, yeah, that's usually a good sign that you're ahead, all things considered. So, yeah, I think that Caitlyn pick came out huge for Team Nebula for ALilTiltedAdc. I think he had a great performance on that Caitlyn, and I'd be very surprised if Living Failures let that Caitlyn through again. So I definitely want to see them ban that this game. I don't think anything else in particular was a problem. The Diana seemed to struggle a bit against that Vel'Koz, but despite that, she still had a very good game herself. Top laners, I mean, I think they had a very decent game, both of them. I don't think there's any reason to ban any of those. I think the only sort of change or adaptation that I want to see from Red side is to take that Caitlyn off the table, because they had a very good game, the bot lane with that Ashe in game 1, but they really struggled against that Caitlyn. Never really managing to come back after falling behind early.
Sorry?
Oh, I was just saying that Red side, I think they need to ban the Caitlyn this game. I think that was the only real thing that they struggled against you know, the Diana did fairly well, all things considered, even though she struggled to kill the Vel'Koz.
She was like
She still did quite well.
21 for 9 or something like that at the end of the game, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean that last engage just didn't work out for them with the TP coming in and nothing really happening, or her not being able to get into that fight at all. Um,
yeah. I wonder if Blue Team are gonna, if they're happy, you know, to keep the Vel'Koz Diana matchup, or if they're going to ban it. It might be worth a ban. I'm not sure. I mean, we've only seen the mid laner on Diana, so we don't know, you know, what else he wants to play. It might be worth a ban rather than something like the Ornn. I think you can let the Ornn through potentially. I mean, because you know, if he doesn't pick Ornn, he's just going to play Maokai, and I don't think you're going to put a ban on Maokai and on Ornn. The alternative is to also let the Urgot through that we've seen first banned every game, but I think they're hesitant to do that. So yeah, I'd maybe see a Volley, a Urgot, and a Diana ban coming out of Team Nebula in this game. But we'll have to see. Yeah, because I'm not sure if Blue side will first pick that Ornn, and if they don't, then Nebula could always pick it up for themselves as well. But I think this is going to be a very interesting. We set up for an epic game 3 here. I mean, we had a pretty close game at the end there, but yeah, I think Nebula managed that game very well. I don't think, yeah, I mean, I say it was a close game, but I don't think Nebula were really ever at risk of losing that game. I think they controlled Baron very nicely, and they played the team fights quite well. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this game 3, and failures are really going to have to step things up if they want to take this series.
yeah, we do see Team Nebula coming on the red side once again.
So did they do a coin toss,
I'm
or
not too
did
sure. I'm guessing they must have. I'm not too sure who did it. But I know according to the rules, the third game does have to go down to a coin toss, and then they do have to agree on um, who is reds, or who scores heads and who scores tails. But yeah, we do go into team select over here. So gonna have to see what happens. Um, do have GGLiving failures once again with the Ezreal ban. I think that is a good ban. I'm not too sure exactly because, well, I mean, I know they like to partner it up with the Yumi just for that phase shift to get the ulti coming out across all members. There's the Diana ban, which is not surprising. We have seen her twice now, and she has caused some havoc. Once again, the
yeah?
Caitlyn
So
ban.
yeah,
Well,
I
the
want to
first Caitlyn
see
ban.
the Caitlyn and the Yumi come out of blue side. I want to see probably
Diana,
Diana, Volley,
Volley,
and maybe the
Ornn.
Urgot.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's the
there's the
Urgot. Okay.
Urgot. No, I was saying I think they can afford to let the Ornn through. I think because I'm not sure that blue side are going to first pick it. I mean, they could, so if they're worried about that, but I think I would rather ban that Volley, because if they let Volley through, I think blue side have shown that they're definitely going to first pick that Volley if it's open. But yeah, I think I want to see the Yumi ban here, but I think they're hesitant. They're not sure if they should.
The
Okay, they're going to go
Yana.
with the Yana instead.
Ooh, I suppose, I mean, they are first pick, so it does allow them to pick up the Yumi if a red side don't want to, and there's the Thresh
Oh,
actually. So the Yumi is open, this is the first time we're gonna see her, and there's
no,
the
there's the
Volibear,
Volley. Yeah, I thought so.
which
So
makes sense. Yumi's still open, so
yeah,
I
I
wonder
wonder if we'll
if
see a Yumi and a Ornn.
there's the Yumi being hovered. Yep, the lock in on the Yumi, which, oh, and the
Okay, Trundle.
Trundle.
So I think we might see a Ornn on the blue side here.
What are you
To
thinking in
go,
terms of ADCs?
I think they're just gonna go back to the Ashe.
And?
I think. Sorry,
And the other team?
the other
Oh, there's the
team
Ornn, like
is the
you
Ornn. Yeah,
predicted.
I think it's gonna be Ornn and Ashe. Um, the other team still has. I, s-
There's
I
still
want to
quite a
see them
bit.
play Varus.
You
I
want
know
that
he
poke to
can
come
play
through.
Varus. I want to see. Yeah, I want that. Just that display of
Okay.
ultimate bulliness that is Yuumi
Oh, there's the
and
Ashe, like you
Varus.
said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be an Ashe. They're not
Yep,
going to take
there it
Lux.
is.
Yeah.
Lux being
And
covered.
yeah, so I'm not sure, but yeah, I very much want to see the Varus here. They might risk it and not pick an ADC here, just because we haven't seen a Varus ban up until this point. But I think that's very risky. I mean, we already have 2 ADCs taken off the table, one being picked. The Vayne didn't work, so that only leaves something like a Varus and a Aphelios. Okay, they're gonna take the Kai'Sa. Okay. I haven't seen this. Have you seen this Kai'Sa Yuumi
I haven't
duo
seen the
lane?
specific lane, but it also does make sense with the movement speed from the Kai'Sa or the ulti even. If they do get the knock up onto somebody, Kai'Sa can ulti out to the back line and just
Mm.
hit that Yuumi ulti if they do get it right. They don't really have the mobility from the Ezreal, but
I want to see some support bands here. They engage supports, I think.
the Talon coming through,
What?
which is definitely a
Okay.
different ban, unless they,
Seems you left your
I would
braids
say,
dancing.
oh, there's the
Taking the
Do you
puppy.
want me
puppy.
to wait while you go get them?
I wonder if they're gonna ban. I don't think they need to, but I wonder if they're gonna. I don't think they'll
Katarina.
ban the Sylus. So they're just taking assassins away from this mid laner on the blue side. We're probably gonna see another top lane ban, is my guess.
Maokai.
Yeah, maybe the Maokai.
Ooh, we got 8
I wonder
seconds left.
what about the Mordekaiser? We saw Mordekaiser do quite well into the Ornn yesterday. I don't know if
Yeah,
any
we
of these
did.
guys have played it.
There's
And
the
the Echo taken away.
Echo. There's the
There's the
Mordekaiser, like
Mordekaiser.
you said.
Okay, yeah, I'm not convinced about that Echo ban.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm
we
also
need a
surprised from it, just
support.
because
I wonder if
it.
we'll. Yeah, sorry. I wonder if we'll see the Nautilus or something like the Leona to try and all in, because yeah, I think the best
I'm not too
way to deal
sure.
with the Yuumi
Oh, there's a Fizz in the mid
Fizz.
lane with the assassin once again.
I quite like this because if this takes Vel'Koz off the table, red side can't. Yeah, there's a
There's the
Nautilus. Okay, so
Nautilus.
that makes sense.
Good
Yeah,
sustain.
we can't
Ugh,
see a Vel'Koz here.
engage, I mean.
I think if you pick the Vel'Koz here, you're either
Dead.
very cocky
Yeah.
or yeah. Okay, the Nico.
Good.
Okay.
I feel like that's a really, really good pick because as soon as the Fizz ulti kind of comes out, she can set her ulti to stop that or at least delay the engage. And I mean, with the Volibear coming in, the Nautilus hook, definitely going to do quite a bit of damage. And I mean, we saw yesterday with the Mordekaiser coming out and taking the Ornn into that realm to kind of keep him away from activating the second part of his ulti to get the knockup. So that's definitely, I think, going to be his main focus in this game is just to try and
Yes.
get the Ornn out of that fight. He could also potentially take the Fizz or the Ashe. I think the Fizz might be a little bit too mobile for him to secure that kill in the death realm. Um,
Yeah. No, I think his
but
main priority is going to be to get rid of that Ornn, get
yeah,
the Ornn out of that fight, and we saw it. Yeah, work to quite good effect in one of our games
I wonder if we're going to see
yesterday.
a Glacial Augment coming out from the Nico. I'm guessing a Hail of Blades from the Kai'Sa, or maybe Presto Attack from her. Um, Probably Electrocute from the Fizz, if I'm not mistaken. Yuumi without a flash. That's my predictions
Yeah.
on the masteries and. But
Yeah, probably exhaust and ignite on the Yuumi.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of team fight engages in this game.
I think there's going to be a lot of lane fighting in
And
this game.
that, but
I mean, this bot lane, Nautilus is going to look for those hooks.
yeah, and it's a
Yeah,
2-for-1.
2 against 1, yeah.
No, or 2
Oh,
for 1 when he
2
hooks
for 1.
the.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mordekaiser probably does want to trade with the Ornn. He's probably going to take the Conqueror. I think he can trade quite effectively against the Ornn.
Mm.
But yeah, look, the Ornn's just going to rush that Abyssal Mask. So, yeah, I don't know if yeah, we'll have to see. The Trundle had quite a good game last game, so, we'll see how impactful his ganks can be, but we know how confident Loopy was on that Volibear in the first game, and you know, babysitting top. I think you know he really set his team up or the top laner up for success on that side of the map, and you know, with the help of the Diana roams, set his bottom lane up, and they sort of just snowballed it from there. So I expect to see a lot of ganks coming from this Volibear yet again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure. I feel like he's gonna focus the bot lane a lot more. Um, just because of that, the hook and engage coming out from the Nautilus. I think he might go for the top lane a little bit. Like you say, Mordekaiser doesn't really have any disengage, but he does have that hook. If he plays it right, he can. They normally cast it towards their turret to pull them away from Mordekaiser. So that is, we will be watching to see if those mechanics do come out. If the calm and collectedness kind of allows him to think that through and play that specific mechanics. But yeah, I mean, the Volibear I think is definitely going to come out for the gank, but the Yuumi ulti might be clutch in these team fights. Especially on if a Nico ulti comes out and the Kaiser with the Yuumi ulti on top of it, it's definitely going to see some devastation coming through here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got about 8 seconds left for this countdown, and then we'll go into masteries. Yeah, thank you guys once again for watching. Let us know what your predictions are with this team fight. Is it going to be GGLiving failures or Team Nebula coming through with that reverse sweep? Let us know, and yeah, who do you think it's going to be? Let's see. Masteries and ruins.
Yeah, so I mean, if we look at the team comps, this is a pretty similar team comp on blue side to what they had in the first game. And even without the Diana, they have the Fizz, which is a very similar champion. Without the Thresh, they have the Nautilus. Again, plays a fairly similar role. He just doesn't have that lantern. So, you know, blue side have shown that with this sort of team comp, they really know how to execute on it. So I think, you know, yeah, this is... I think they are going to be very happy with this comp that they've managed to put together. They're going to be very happy with this pick and ban phase, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, you know, Red side are definitely happy to have the Yuumi. I think the Mordekaiser was a good pick. They're probably quite happy to have that Trundle as well. But yeah, we haven't had a chance to see ALilTiltedAdc on the Kaiser. So, you know, not sure how confident he is on this champion. And like I say, I haven't really seen the Kaiser Yuumi duo before. But I think, yeah, definitely going to be a lot of action in this game. You know, like we've seen with the rest of them.
Yeah, I'm stuck in a black screen at the moment. For some reason, the game does not want to load. So we will be keeping an eye out on that. Nothing much we can really do, unfortunately. Here we go with the load. Eventually. Press the attack instead of Hail of Blades on the Kaiser. A little bit different. Like we see no flash on the Yuumi, which is expected.
Yeah, but you thought that there might be a press the attack on that Kaiser.
No, I thought it's normally Hail of Blades.
It's normally Hail of Blades.
Yeah, but I mean, I have seen a press the attack, so it is a little bit different from the expected, but not out of the ordinary.
Both junglers just putting each other's wards, so to speak, almost.
You way ahead of me.
Oh, sorry.
I'm still in the loading screen over here.
Are you still in the loading screen?
Here we go. I'm back.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's see. Fast forward. Try to get to live time here. Anything we can see those wards by as Chicken Boy mentions. Oh, ward each other's ward, as you said.
So Volley starting on his blue.
Yep.
Trundle starting on his blue. Both get leashes.
Ooh.
Oh, looks like we're gonna see a level 2 gank here.
Oh,
top lane.
Yeah, here we go. But Ornn is only level 1.
There's
Here
no...
he does get the... Oh, here he comes. Is he gonna get the early flash? I don't think so.
Oh, I
No.
think he
Oh,
should have
I got a
flashed.
lag spike. I don't
Okay,
think
no,
so.
I said you don't, because now he has to go back because of how low he is, and he's probably gonna TP.
Yeah,
And
here comes the
Volibear's just gonna
TP.
stay here.
Oh, it looks like Volley. Yeah, the TP is not
He's
coming
just
out
gonna
yet. Here comes the
count.
TP.
No, there
Volley's
comes
gonna
the
go
TP.
for the red. I wonder if he's gonna go for a
Trundle.
repeat gang.
I think he wants to, but I don't know if he's gonna take his red in time. Trundle is moving
Ooh,
towards it.
Mordekaiser did
Trundle
buy
has smite, and he's a level up. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be close.
Oh, he does get it.
Goodness.
But
he
now
can't
the
fight the jungle.
turnaround. He does get the stun.
He's running towards his Fizz,
But the
Nico's
Nico
also
is
coming
here.
here.
Oh, he does go invisible,
Oh,
and they
I
do get
think Volley is
away.
very lucky to get away with that.
Let me just get all this stuff for you guys here. There we go. Back into the game.
Oof, look at the CS difference in the top lane. There's a huge wave here, though.
Let me just organize this so that we have everyone in the correct lanes. There we go. Yeah, jeez.
Mordekaiser should pick up most of this.
Depending how good he's... Oh, he's gonna get... Yeah, he does get the cannon. In mid lane, not much trading going on there until level 3. Bot lane's pretty much the same.
Trundle is
this
moving in towards his top lane.
Is doing well against the... Oh, he's not gonna get that one. He's gonna have to attack this or Q it. Yeah, he does get the Q.
Trundle
the
coming in
creeps,
for a gang.
he does get it. Trundle gets the pillar, but that's about it. Volley in the bot lane. I think he went for the gank, but we do see the reset, and I think this is just to get... You can't even get the tiers. Oh, back for the cow to start that.
This is what he did on the Caitlyn.
Yeah, in the
I think
mid lane, nothing much, but in the top lane he's getting some.
Trundle's just counter farming. I thought he was gonna go for the gank.
Volley is looking for some counter farm. Does find
so
the
both
Grump,
junglers in each other's farms. They're both taking each other's farms.
Sitting here.
And I think no blast going. Are we gonna see a gank on the top lane here? There is a ward. No, Trundle. Yes, here comes Trundle. Gets the movement
Decide to turn around.
And as Ornn charges forward, I think.
Here we go, but can you turn it around?
I don't think he should flash.
No, he does flash. Oh, the pillar comes out and the first blood onto the Mordekaiser.
Oh, is there action in the bot lane?
There was action in the bot lane. Nothing really coming from that.
That wasn't... No, there was action in the bot lane.
No, there was action.
Someone died.
Huh? Who died?
Someone died.
No one died. Oh, now it's coming. Right, you're ahead of me. There we go, tower dive.
Good tower aggro there from the control from the Nautilus. No, so the Yuumi died earlier in the bot lane. I actually didn't see who got first blood. It was between the Yuumi and the Mordekaiser. It was very close.
Oh, I'm not too sure.
Mordekaiser did get first blood.
We do see a kill in the Fizz, so I'm gonna go back to that one to see this kill. So Fizz does use the Trickster, and then he goes in, does get the... Oh, Flash Ignite! And then he just ticks away to his death, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, so level 6 on the Nico, still level 5 on the Fizz, but you'll probably get to level 6 quite soon. I think we've all been there, we've all, flashed in that situation that Ornn was in, but I don't think Ornn should have flashed, because now he's really going to make his own life difficult. If Trundle comes back here, he's really going to struggle to get away.
Don't see much action kind of happening around the map. Mid lane is probably the best. Nice bind onto the Fizz. Does get that passive proc with the Comet.
That's a lot of damage.
Q coming out. It will speed up from the W. Can she get the bind? It's not the real one.
You should be able to.
Oh, the hook coming out from the bot lane onto the Nautilus. Slow does come out. Volibear. Trundle's in the wings, but nothing much. Yeah, Volibear kind of trading with the Trundle, and Nico is now a Trundle. There's a double Trundle on this map.
Volibear needs to be careful. Yeah, he can't take this fight.
Nico's going back into the mid lane to probably punish this Fizz. If he's not careful,
She
he
has
will
her
get
ulti.
stunned. Ornn out in the top lane. Does oh the Mordekaiser does get the kill on the Ornn. Easy peasy.
Not even close.
Yeah. We'll rewind for that one.
Yeah, and
Just to
Drake is
make
going to
sure.
go down to the red team. They're going to take
Does
this
look
first
like
Drake as
it.
a Cloud Drake.
Yes. Okay, let
We're
me
going to have an
rewind for
Infernal
that one
next.
to watch that fight in the top lane. Does get taken into the death realm and he kind of has nowhere to go. He does miss the knockup unfortunately. OT does come out but he does die before he can actually get the reactivation of that OT. We are back in real time, giving you real action.
Yeah, and this is sort of the opposite of what we saw in the first game. You know, we saw the Ornn getting put far ahead, you know, thanks to the Volibear. Now we're seeing the Mordekaiser get put far ahead thanks to the Trundle, and you know the Ornn's still not going to have his flash for about 2 minutes. He doesn't have his TP.
Ooh, here comes the Trundle for a possible gank in the bot lane. He does get spotted up by the Hawk shot, so that's going to be the end of that gank. Vali is taking the Rift Herald. But Mordekaiser is coming
I
down.
think
He does
Mordekaiser's
spot
going to
it.
see it, yeah, but I don't think Mordekaiser's going to fight
He
this.
continues to take it.
I
Ooh, he's
don't think he doesn't have his ulti.
backing him away. Does get the grasp coming
Okay.
down, but
Yeah,
yeah, he
no,
does.
Trundle is here. So
Rift Herald going on a little
manages
bit of an adventure.
to get the reset. Okay.
Mordekaiser going back into this top lane. Sorry, my mistake there. How is this mid lane going? We do see Nico coming back with that last chapter, which is a great item. But oh, OT coming out from the Fizz does miss. W goes out. Will he get the OT? Oh, it does get the dash onto Ignite coming down. There's the
That's a
passive
lot of
from the
damage
level
from the Nico.
6, but I'm surprised she didn't go. I think she was waiting for that trickster.
Here
Here comes the Volibear. Does get the bind into the queue. Great.
Oh, he's still going.
And the movement speed from the invisibility. He turns around actually to get some more poke, but nothing much.
So we actually see what looks like a little bit of a freeze in the bot lane here. They held it, the creep wave there for quite long. Okay, a W does come, as I say that, comes out from Ashe and is going to push the wave, start pushing the wave forward. But
Yeah, you can
Ashe having a very nice
Volley
time
getting
in the laning
caught
phase
here,
again.
using the blasting cone over the wall.
Yeah, so Ashe arrow onto the mid lane. It's gonna miss.
Onto the top
And
lane.
over Herald
Misses.
and out of the map.
Volley. Nautilus actually here in the mid lane.
Is checking the bot lane.
Goes for the correct one, but yeah, nothing much happening from there. Trundle is coming in the river for that volley, but
while you were looking at mid lane, we saw an ulti come out from the Yuumi, and the Ashe did have to flash.
Here comes the
get
Fizz
away
going
from
in
that.
onto the Nico. He does get the electrocute proc. The Trickster does come out. Flash coming out to miss. He does flash and misses the bind. OT coming out from the volley, and he gives it to the Fizz, I think. I think he gave it. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, Kaiser's managed to catch back up in farm. She's still a little bit behind in gold.
But that's just the cull is coming through, so I mean, once that does finish, she will jump ahead essentially. Well, depending if it gets anywhere. So we do see Volley on the Rift Herald. Mordekaiser coming out once again to irritate him.
So, Ashe is handling this 2v1 quite nicely, I must say. She's getting a lot of poke damage onto her. And Volley's on taking
Trundle,
this Rift Herald.
yeah, but they do stop it and
I think he just needs to let it,
it.
because Red Side's top laner has the priority, not just has the priority, but he is the stronger laner or champion at the moment, at least. So, you know, if there's a 2v2 that breaks out, I think Red Side win that 2v2. So, you know, I want to see Trundle move away. Volley move his focus away from that Herald.
The Nautilus. Sorry to interrupt you there. Just to bring you the missing hook.
Nice, everyone was so on their edge of the seat about that.
Yeah.
30 seconds until Drake, Infernal, so we could have that all-elusive Ocean Soul that we haven't seen this series so far.
And in the last 3 oh, here comes the Kaiser going in. Ulti onto the
And no
Ashe.
flash.
She does get the stun. Yeah, no flash like we said mentioned. The stun does come out. Oh my word! Does get the knock and
Should be a
the
return
kill.
kill.
Return
Yeah.
kill onto the Nautilus, but will they get
He's
this?
gonna
They
go down.
should. The pillar's gonna come
Oh.
through soon. No, actually down.
Oh,
The tower dive does get the kill, but the heal from
Yeah.
the Yuumi does get that. Volley once again, trying on this Rift Herald. Here comes the Mordekaiser to stop it once again, but the Fizz is actually here for a response. He's not on much health, so I don't think that can... Ornn had to go back. Doesn't have the TP.
Yeah, and Mordekaiser is just controlling this top half
And
of the
once
map on his
again,
own. And
he-
yeah, I think this is some poor decision making here from the Volibear, because now this opens up Drake. Free Drake for the red side.
Yep. Another one closer. After this Infernal, will we get an Ocean Drake? We have seen Ocean Drake on the last other games that we saw. It is an ocean!
The power of begging.
So yeah, we do have the Ocean Drake, and I think that is going to be killer on the Mordekaiser. Well, it's going to be great for both teams, but
It's great for anyone.
the way that this game is going so far, definitely total. GG. No, sorry. Ooh. Oh, Team Nebula. My mistake there. Team Nebula
On the red side.
probably getting these Drakes. Kaiser is doing well to stack that.
Trundle's
Does
coming
get
down to the bot lane.
W
as
onto the
is
Ashe. Here
Nico.
comes the attack again. Oh, here
Ashe
comes
has
the
her
Nico.
arrow.
There's the thingy. Ulti coming through. That's
Oh,
what I
Ashe
expected. She isn't dead just yet. Ulti comes down and she dies. Stun coming out
The
from
dead
the Yuumi,
Nautilus.
and that's a dead Nautilus as well.
Yeah, so Nico
Oh,
actually
here comes the
outroaming
Fizz.
this Fizz. There's nothing the Fizz can do.
W does land onto the Fizz. And
So far, it looks like this Nico pick proving, why it needs to be banned.
and the Yuumi once again coming out with the clutch on the ultis, even with this
Did I say
Kaiser.
Yuumi or Nico?
You said Nico.
Oh, I meant Yuumi.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, Yuumi coming out with the clutch ultis. Yeah, as expected, kind of using that ulti from the Kaiser to get into the position that she needs to put that Yuumi ulti down. So I think we're just going to see that for the rest of the game, and Kaiser definitely getting an advantage, and she is a late game carry, so that's definitely going to be a hard one to try and beat. Oh, they did get the shutdown actually. Oh, and this is going to be a dead Yuumi.
No, that's a
With
dead
no
Yuumi.
flash.
Yeah.
All alone. Who are they going to give it to? They do
Ashe.
give it to the Ashe. And I will rewind to catch all that action onto the hook. I think they just overstay. Oh, Kaiser's in the bot lane. They did see the volley over here, so I'm not too sure why they stuck around. They
so
don't
they
have
stuck
any
around.
wards.
They stuck around because Volley was freezing the wave, and they wanted to bounce that wave off.
Yeah, but that's just... I feel like that was just greedy. They should have just backed off.
Greedy. They should have just backed.
And now the double kill does come out. They do get that tower in the bot lane while
That's
we
1,000 gold to the
were
Ashe.
in the replay over there. And yeah, we do see that Manamune
And
coming out.
gold advantage. Slight,
Trundle
like one in a...
coming out.
Ooh,
If he does
TP,
get the knock up,
TP
the
to the bot
ulti.
lane.
Yeah, TP coming
the
out. Here comes the
Mordekaiser
ulti coming
and-
down from the Kaiser. Misses the Yuumi ulti actually, but does get it. Hook or grass does
ulti,
come
but
through,
there's
and
no help.
great double kill on the Kaiser. Now
I think
he's
this
gonna
is
have to
dead
deal.
or-
There's the slow
Oh,
from the
he has
Yuumi.
flash.
Does use the the smite coming through onto the Trundle
Too
to
late.
get that final kill.
And just as I mentioned, a gold lead for the blue team, that triple kill for the red team evens things right back up. So we have an even gold game yet again. And we've crested 14 minutes, so there's no plates to be taken, so it'll just come down to who can take the first turret.
Living Trickster missing the W from
Oh
the
no,
Kaiser.
first turret did drop in the bot.
Yes, in the bot lane. You're correct.
So Ashe has moved into the mid lane. Kaiser and Yuumi are also here. Yeah, I think there's going to be some priority given to this Drake now from the blue side. You know, they did let those first 2 Drakes go uncontested. I don't think they didn't show any sort of interest in those, fighting around those, but I don't think they're going to give up this third Drake very easily.
Volibear is trying to get the Shift Herald once again.
No. He's going to take the crab, and he's going to leave that Herald alone.
I'm surprised they didn't clear out that ward.
No.
Oh, here he goes.
Yeah.
He does clear the ward out.
Mordekaiser is coming down. He's going to walk into these guys if he's not careful. I'm surprised they don't collapse onto the Mordekaiser. Actually, I think he was out of position there.
Yeah, I think the rotation from the Ornn though, but yeah, definitely 2v1 possibly.
It could have been a 3v1 with that.
With the
if
Ornn
Ornn had come
coming
down. But Ornn is really struggling.
2 seconds on this Drake, but Kaiser is in the base.
No TP from either of our top laners.
Just
Ooh,
about
the hook.
say. Hook does land on the Nico, the real Nico, flash away. And that's the end of that. Mordekaiser deciding to take the Rift Herald now. Wow.
Oh, well, who's going to stop him?
Blue team decides that they want to take the Drake. But
Yeah,
Trundle is going in, but the Fizz is right next to him. They don't see him. Oh, they turn around onto him. The ulti coming out. Awesome, but the Fizz ulti does come out onto the Kaiser. Kaiser is focusing
on this Ashe, which she does have later.
Kaiser does get. Trundle's turning around onto the Nautilus, but she decides to go onto the Ashe. They are going to focus this Nautilus. They do get the triple kill onto the Kaiser. Kaiser does come for the Quadra, but the Trundle does actually take it.
And this is just a demolish. You know, he has Mordekaiser's going to push in the mid lane with the Rift Herald. They're going to take this third Drake, and this is
Ornn pushing in the top lane by himself.
This is a pretty clinical performance here in the last few minutes from the red team, from Team Nebula.
Yeah, the reverse sweep coming out.
Well, potential reverse sweep.
Wow, so far, yeah.
I think, are Chewy turrets going to drop in the mid lane?
No. Ornn is going to get this top lane with the demolish. I wonder if Mordekaiser can catch him. Well, he's going for the recall. Can Mordekaiser get there in time? He's running. Will he be able to get it? He does get the death grasp. Yes, he does. Takes him into the death realm. I don't know if those are the words, but there's the ulti from the Ornn. Doesn't get the knock up though, unfortunately. He does miss obliterate. Passive is going to burn him down and kills him in the end. Great rotation from the Mordekaiser now. 3 for 0.
Yeah, and no one's going to be able to deal with this Mordekaiser. Fizzy's not going to want to lane against him unless they put the Ashe and the Nautilus on that lane.
Ooh, here we go in the top lane, possibly for a gank. We do have the... Oh, Death's Grasp does miss, and he does take a tower shot for that, but does get healed up by the Yuumi. And it does look like they're going to take this. We do have Fizz pushing in the bot lane.
Oh, that turret was already taken. He's not really gaining any sort of advantage for his team. Blue team.
They want to try go for this in the top lane, but Mordekaiser decides to back off. He doesn't have TP, so I think he's going to go bottom, most likely.
What is Fizz doing?
He's waiting for the blue buff. I'm not too sure. Still a minute and 37 seconds on that blue.
Blue side are looking a little bit confused at the moment. Sort of, they've run out of ideas.
Engage on in the bot lane. Fizz does ulti the Trundle, but I mean,
he doesn't have a
Trundle
flash.
is too. Oh, he does get the pillar, but it's a little too far, and he doesn't decide to go under the turret.
No, this Fizz doesn't have the damage.
Yeah, a little bit of a waste from the ulti there, but I mean, it will probably come back up. Here comes the fake Kaiser, which is the Nico, who is a copy of the Kaiser coming out, and then she does get the kills, those creep kills. Do you see the Mordekaiser in the top lane just pushing? And yeah, like you say, Ornn can't really answer this. So.
No one can answer it.
I will have a bit of a reset. 2.5 minutes till Drake. And I think this Kaiser is definitely getting fed now. 7 and 3. Cal completed. She has a 2,000, no, just under, well, 1,200 gold lead there. Does look like they want to
Oh, the
gank
Ashe.
this bottom lane. Hawk shot coming through, but
Yeah, Fizz can't defend this on his
seeing
own.
that. Ashe in the mid lane, pushing these creeps into the turret. I wonder if they're
I
going to be able
think.
to get this against the Kai'Sa. Will the Kai'Sa land a W? She does. Will she go in?
Well, she needs to
She
be careful.
won't.
Yeah, there comes the ulti.
Here comes the ulti from the Vel'Koz.
That
The
was green.
ulti and dead. Yeah, great kill.
Was
And the
greed.
shutdown gold onto the Ashe. So awesome play from GG
Well,
Living
just
Failures there.
taking advantage of the poor positioning from the
Here
Kai'Sa.
comes the Mordekaiser coming down into the mid lane.
Oh my
The
goodness, you want to
Nico,
get
oh,
away
the
from
hook
this
does
dude.
get away. And the
Oh,
slow
good slow
coming
from
out
the
from
volley.
the volley. But yeah, it looks like a good disengage.
No, they'll
It
get
looks
away.
like trying to, yeah, there we go. They get away.
Yeah, so nice little gold injection there on Ashe. They got the tower, they got the shutdown. Kill on the Kai'Sa. Yeah, poor decision there from the Kai'Sa to be under that turret without any support. But I don't think that's gonna necessarily cost them the game. But it does reduce this gold difference to 2,000 between the teams. I think I still give the edge to the red side just because the fact that in 45 seconds we have a potential soul, and I think if they get that ocean soul, I don't know how they are going to deal with Mordekaiser, especially if he's off in a side lane.
Here comes the Trundle once again in the bot lane. Yeah, and I totally agree with you. I mean, we have 30 seconds till this Drake. We do have a pink ward in the bush. W does come down on the Ornn, which does absolutely no damage. We have 3 Kaisers running around. But Mordekaiser is just pushing in the top lane. He does have TP. Ornn kind of with his team rather instead of waiting to use that TP. Those creeps are going to be quite far.
Mordekaiser and Ornn both have their TPs, so yeah, Ornn rotating top here to try and catch this wave.
What do we have? Summoner spells except the exhaust on the red side, and all the summoner spells except flash on the Nautilus on the blue side. So it does look like they're going to
Starting off the
collapse
Drake.
on the Mordekaiser, but
They might trade for Baron.
let's start
It
the
looks like
Drake.
both team are going to trade for Baron, and I think
There we go.
this is a good call.
They're doing Drake, and
But
they're
they just
going
don't
to take
it
the
fast
Drake.
enough.
Yeah, they have no damage though. That's the problem. I mean,
They
here comes the
don't have-
Mordekaiser to do the interrupt.
Oh,
He's
that
going to
arrow
take
misses.
the arrow misses. The hook
Oh,
misses as well.
Dead
There he
Ashe,
goes
really.
into the death realm. The first ulti does land actually, and the ulti does knock up. So he does get the kill. Great ulti from the Nico coming out with the bind. Kai'Sa coming through on the backside. A flash over the wall from the Ornn, and the Fizz
it's a
does
dead
manage
one.
to get out.
Quadra kill.
Unfortunately
Oh,
doesn't
my
get to go
goodness.
out. Can she land the
Oh,
W?
she's
She
gonna
won't
chase
be
it.
able to.
She's gonna chase it.
She is going for it with the heal.
Oh!
The slow doesn't hit, but the
Oh my
W.
goodness, also.
W misses,
Almost 2
unfortunately.
enters this game.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, this is I dare say I think this is GG. They're not going to push and finish, but I think that call has cost the game for Blue Side. I don't know if they're going to be able to come back from that. They've lost so much now, and they gave Red Team that free soul to try and exchange it for the Baron buff, but I think they underestimated how much damage they had.
Yeah, and I think they also just didn't realize that Drake was going to go down so quickly, and now Red Team with this tower still in the bot lane is just going to cash in all this gold here. Oh, they decide to actually back off. Fizz is coming in, but and we'll save this turret.
Mordekaiser's coming down here to start pushing this lane in. Yeah, I think they want the Mordekaiser on the bot side of the map. They want to try and push this in, set up around vision around Baron. If Red side get either Baron or just can get a favorable Baron fight, team fight, they can. It'll basically be GG.
Engaging the mid by the Baron, and they
No.
decide to run away. Was a binding happening onto the. Oh, Fizz does go in onto the Mordekaiser. Doesn't use his ulti just
Mordekaiser
yet.
hasn't taken any damage from Fizz.
Well, he used his W to shield and then the heal, so I'm guessing that.
Yes. So the net effect is that Fizz does nothing to this Mordekaiser.
Oh, we do see a Baron started up here by red side.
Oh,
Kai'Sa kind of focusing this.
this
We
is
do see
just
the
great
volley coming
play.
in. Does take it.
Mordekaiser has his...
Fizz doesn't have TP, so he's stuck in the bot lane for now. It's not like he's gonna go.
I don't think red
Kai'Sa's
team even need
fighting
Mordek.
volley. Oh, I'm surprised that Ornn ulti doesn't come on the Kai'Sa right next to him. Volibear does go in with the Ashe. The Nico ulti doesn't manage to get the Ashe, but she does get. Oh, this Kai'Sa just doing so much damage. While the Mordekaiser just sits in the bot lane, not even having to TP, holding that Fizz back. And they do get the Baron on the backside of that fight.
No, I think this is game over, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to push in the mid lane. I wonder if Mordekaiser is going to TP to keep that creep alive while the team kind of comes through. I'm not too sure if he wants to. There's about 5 seconds left on
Maybe
the
the big
Nautilus
one.
spawn. Nope, decides
No,
not
he's just
to.
going to push.
Oh, the damage from the Kai'Sa coming out onto the Fizz. And the pillar just secures that kill with the W. And this is going to be
I think this
GG.
is
Here comes the TP coming out, keeping that creep alive, but Trundle has taken turret
a big
aggro.
Nautilus.
That's a very big Nautilus. Hooks the Trundle, the
Nothing he can do.
Destruct Barrage does come through. Kai'Sa does get engaged, but yeah, she does die, but will they be able to finish it? I'm not too sure. They are going for it.
How are they going to kill the Trundle?
And yeah, this is going to be GG for Team Nebula. Great reverse sweep coming out. Once again, the series being what we wanted. All the action coming through. Just crazy amounts of damage and the team fights. And yeah, that Trundle actually coming through clutch with the gangs. 5-0. Kai'Sa coming through with that Yuumi pick. Just obliterating the bot lane.
Oh yeah, this is a difficult one to single out an MVP. Just all round great play from everyone on Team Nebula, really holding their nerve despite going down, sort of being rolled over in game one, dare I say, by the Living Failures. But close game two, but I think, they controlled it quite nicely. But this game, they just, they got that early advantage. They drafted a very nice team. I thought that the draft wasn't a problem from blue side, from the Living Failures. I don't think they drafted a poor team. I think they just, the execution wasn't quite there. And I don't think they were expecting that Mordekaiser. I think if they had done a little bit more homework, maybe they would have, if they had banned the Mordekaiser instead of the Echo at the end there, I don't know how things would have changed. But I think that aside, letting the Yuumi through, I think was also a mistake. I already did say I wanted to see that Yuumi banned. So yeah, but all in all, just a great performance here from Team Nebula. Well done, guys. Well done. Good job holding your nerve.
Yeah, it was just great fights from both teams, and yeah, the reverse sweep coming out from Team Nebula. Once again, a great series coming through in this league so far. And yeah, I basically covered all of it. Yeah, like you say, very difficult to single out MVP, but yeah,
I mean,
great
you're
games.
tempted to give it to the 15-5
Kai'Sa,
but she didn't have that cat keeping her alive and getting those ultis. How would she have done that well?
Yeah.
Don't know. Mordekaiser played his role to perfection. Trundle, really enabled his team as well with some great ganks. I mean, 5-0 and 13 is a solid performance. And, dealing with Fizz in the mid game, in the mid lane is not fun. So I think the Nico did quite well. And the Nico roams were actually, I think, better than the Fizz roams. So, I mean, we saw who was that RSA Snoopy on, Living Failures on those 2 games with Diana have some seriously good roams to really get that Diana fed. But he really struggled this game, and his roams were actually, he was chasing after the Nico instead of being the one to initiate that roam.
Yeah.
So yeah, just all around great performance. Well done, Team Nebula, but good performance, GGLiving Failures. I think, you guys really gave Team Nebula a run for their money, and you can definitely hold your heads high after that game 1 performance. I think, you showed that, you're not a team to be taken lightly. and if you get an advantage, you do know how to snowball it.
Yeah, totally agree with you. That is all the action we do have for tonight. We do have another game coming out tomorrow. I'm just making sure that I um, I just have a message from one of the players. Uh, um, yeah, follow my channel. We do have, if you do follow the channel, you will be able to see the schedule coming out, which allows you to see we do have another game kind of coming tomorrow. 8 o'clock, same time, same place, just different teams. And we will be bringing you more action. Stay tuned to my social media for updates with regards to that and which teams are playing. And yeah, thanks once again for tuning into the stream. And thank you, Chicken Boy, once again for joining.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, and have a good night. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.